The price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, my brothers and my sisters. Welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I am your host, Afro Elite. How are you all doing? Please come in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. We got some things we need to discuss, all right? As you guys are knowing, this is the day after, or a couple days after the election, what they call the historic battle between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. The battle that was going to determine it all. The battle that was going to be a nail biter the entire way through. The battle that was going to determine the fate of the human race, the fate of America, and most importantly, the fate of Black people. This was this battle, this legendary presidential battle. Nobody knew who was going to win. It was going to be a tough fight. It was going to be a battle. It was going to go to the 12th round. The decision was going to be tough, but it wound up not being that at all. Yeah, it wound up not being that at all, actually. It wound up being a complete wash. It wound up being a complete beatdown. It was a match that you paid pay-per-view. You invited your friends. You had your barbecue. You had your carry-outs. You got VIP tickets. You got your hat with the beer on the thing. You can drink it without taking a sip. You got in a VIP seat, the front row, to watch a knockout in the first round. Wasn't even close. Not at all. Wash, knockout. How did this happen, y'all? How did this happen? Was this something that we did not know of? Was this something that we couldn't have predicted? Yes, we could have predicted this. We absolutely could have predicted this. I'm going to show you how I knew this was the thing that was going to cost her the election, because she didn't get the primary in 2020. Nobody liked her in 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and 2023, half of 2024 until Biden had to drop out. And then all of a sudden she became so loved. She was just the most loved person in the world. She was the new Beyonce. You know, she was a Miss America. She was the most beloved politician with the vibes and the hope and the glamour and the charisma that everybody loves so much. Everybody loved that. How did she lose? How did she lose? Well, let's go into these things. But before we do, let's make sure we protect the interests of this channel. So as you guys are hitting that like button, please do, and subscribe button, we're going to play this. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, before we get started, they suppressing these views a lot. Okay, there's well over 100 more people in the chat room on StreamYard than is showing on YouTube. So y'all know, on StreamYard it's showing like 40. On YouTube it's showing like 40 something people. On StreamYard is showing like 150 people, and we ain't even been in here for 5 minutes. So there's a big discrepancy, and that's been happening a lot, but we're going to work through it, y'all. We're going to work through it. But because we have over 100 people, I can see it. Let's get the chat room lit up with the 100 emojis. Okay. We ain't going to let them tell us when it's 100. I see it. Okay. Yeah, I am shadow banned. We know that come with the territory. We know, but let's show this. All right. This is why Ms. Harris could not win. I'm going to show you the first video. And this is a big reflection of not just her, but the Democratic Party in general.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
Wrong. Now, when that video played, it destroyed her campaign the first time. Completely abolished it. It was destroyed. It was done. It was under the dirt. It was buried 6 feet under. And people were wondering, okay, well, did she mean it that way? A lot of people were saying, did she mean it that way? And she's shown multiple times, yeah, she had an opportunity to clean that up. She decided not to clean that up. She's only came out recently and said she supports a study for it. And we can see in California how that's not going to work. How the study does not tend to work out the way we want it to. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, hold on. You guys, we got over 200. Oh, okay, it's showing it on the YouTube now. It says, we got Hurricane back in the building. Where's our good brother? Hurricane, where you been, brother? We've been missing you. Shout out to Hurricane. We've been missing you, brother. Okay. When we decided to take reparations serious, we kept the issue and we said, okay, you guys, we're peeping out and we're noticing you're doing stuff for everybody else. They were telling us, you guys don't understand how politics work. We can't do anything that's only specifically going to benefit Black people. Even though we were being more specific and we were saying reparations. We were saying, no, let's do something specifically for the lineage. They was like, that's just not how politics work. If you want to do something for one person, you got to do it for everybody. One person can't get anything at all that everybody can't get. We said, okay, but we just happen to find it interesting that energy does not get replicated. That energy seems to disappear when you're talking about other groups of people. Look at this.
On January 20th, 2021, if you are president, what specifically would you do with the thousands of people who try to reach the United States every day and want a better life through asylum?
Immediately on January 20th of 2021, I will, first of all, we cannot forget our DACA recipients, and so I'm going to start there. I will immediately, by executive action, reinstate DACA status and DACA protection to those young people. I will further extend protection for deferral of deportation for their parents and for veterans, who we have so many who are undocumented and have served our country and fought for our democracy. I will also immediately put in place a meaningful process for reviewing the cases for asylum. I will release children from cages. I will get rid of the private detention centers. And I will ensure that this microphone that the President of the United States holds in her hand is used in a way that is about reflecting the values of our country.
Okay. All right. We remember these things very well. Both these clips were around the same time. When I put it up, it went viral. It went absolutely viral. I can't wait to show y'all the reactions to it. But we're going to hold off for that for a second. Now, they said, well, hold on, tangibles got to come through a study. Remember, they said a study. You guys can't just rush and skip over this very important, necessary process. We got to go through all of the details, all of the paperwork, all of the fine print. This is very important. We can't just skip past any final important step. Remember, they said that. And then when it comes to the hate crimes, I want to take a look at this. I wasn't able to display this before when I first saw it, but I'm glad I'm getting the opportunity to do so now. Now, as we can see, under their administration, and this is something I've talked about numerous times, under their administration, hate crimes went up a lot in liberal cities as well, too. Okay, keep this in mind, especially California. Keep this in mind. Our hate crimes went up, everything. When Asian hate came, they signed an executive order for Asians. When they said, oh, no, it's not just for Asians. Oh, no. There was a campaign ad when she was running, because Kamala is Asian, a campaign ad when she was running for listen to this. A lot of people missed this. I want you guys to look at this. It's coming up in just 1 second. Hold on.
China plague or the China virus.
When Trump called COVID the Kung flu, he unleashed a wave of hate against our community. I was scared. People didn't feel safe.
The former president incites hate. We are working to combat hate. Someone who promotes xenophobia should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States of America.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Hold on. So y'all saw. Now, did that ad happen when it came to white supremacy? No. Did that ad happen? Did they come up with an ad to denounce race hate? I mean, we were the ones who couldn't go to a grocery store without some type of mass massacre happening. No. But now when it came to them, it was special ads, it was special benefits, it was special laws, it was special attention, no type of disruption or anything. When it came to us, oh, you already have a Emmett Till lynching act. Y'all didn't arrest Carolyn Bryant. Okay. Let's go back to California. We have to go through this, because this is not just about us not liking her or us liking him. This is about the failure of the entire party. We got to get to the failure of the entire party, because this is why she was losing in the first place. So when we talk about California and the reparations bills and how they messed up the reparations bills, because they kept saying, oh, no, you got to have a study. You got to have this. You got to have that. You got to have this. A lot of people were telling them that it's a reflection of the whole party, because she can't separate herself from the party. So when it came to reparations, these are the
need to bring the bills up now. These are their bills. They have their names on the bills. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Now, listen, they gonna see this and they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills, then they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Okay? We don't care.
We need to
bring the goddamn bills up now.
The governor needs to understand that the world is watching California, and this is going to have a direct impact on your friend Kamala Harris, who's running for president. This is going to have a direct impact. So pull up the bills now, vote on them, and sign them.
We have the votes.
We've been waiting for over 400 years.
That was very true. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen.
Yeah, no reparation, no vote. If you don't give us no reparation, you ain't getting no vote. Y'all gave the legal. Y'all gave a free health care with no pushback.
You can see the Foundation of Black American Community was not playing in California. We were not playing in California. Okay? They walked away. And all we got told, the thing we got told was that they just needed to redo it. So we're watching immigrants come over by the millions, not thousands, not tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but by the millions. And they're getting free food. They're getting debit cards. They're getting clothes, houses covered for them, protections. They get to break the law, get in jail, out of jail, all of this stuff. This doesn't happen when it comes to us. Asians, they get people are saying things about them. People are saying Kung flu, and they get a bill for protection because the word Kung flu puts a negative stigma on their community. Now, the word woke, when they were trying to use that as a negative, the word DEI, when they were trying to use that as a negative, the word thug, the word, all of these the words that are used against us, we don't get no type of bill. Even when physical things happen to us, we don't get no type of bill at all. All we get is people singing and, dancing. And they'll say, I'm sorry on the Zoom call. That's what they'll say. So when Biden dropped out, and we discussed this before, we're probably going to have to do a much further breakdown. But when Biden dropped out, he tried to bring her up. We said she has no black support. And let me tell you what she should have done. Logically speaking, she shouldn't have accepted the ticket. She should not have done that. She was already too behind in the polls in popularity to beat somebody who had much better popularity than she did, and only in 5 months when Biden was losing. It would be different if Biden and Trump were neck and neck, and then Biden had to drop out, and then you can come up where he left off. But he was sinking below, and then you guys were replaced, okay? Which really you weren't meant to do that, but Biden did that out of spite. So Biden just destroyed the Democratic Party. I've said that before, and we might have to do another breakdown of that. But what you could have done is you could have said, you know what? I am an Indian. I'm an Indian woman. I'm going to be honest about that. I do not have a black grandmother. This is a lie. I don't have a black grandmother. I am an Indian woman who doesn't have a black grandmother. But I am here for the community. I'm listening to what you guys are saying. Tell me what you guys need and I will do. We wouldn't have believed it unless she gave us a sign of good faith. Now, she was still in office. She had 5 months. You can easily pass a hate crime bill in 5 months. You did it for the Asians in record-breaking time. She could have easily done that. But she decided not to do that. She decided to say, well, you know what? I can pander to the emotions. So she started trying to tie herself with our culture. So now she's cooking greens in the bathtub. She's out here talking about how well her family cooks greens in the bathtub. Let's look at this, y'all.
Make a mean pot of greens. Marlon, so I know how to make a mean pot of greens. In fact, people used to ask me to make greens for them for Christmas. One year, I had so many that I had to wash that we ended up washing them in the bathtub. So I am not playing around. So what you got?
She's not playing around. If y'all think she said it one time, she didn't. She stuck to the story of cooking greens in the bathtub. She stuck to that story.
I have a friend who had a Christmas party, Christmas Eve every year, and she asked me to make the greens for a party every year. And I am not lying to you that I would make so many greens that I'd need to wash them in the bathtub. I'm telling you the truth.
So how do you make your greens? Do you put turkey in them? Do you
bacon.
Nice. My grandma
I do
put
bacon.
She's put
garlic.
vinegar.
I put white vinegar. Yes. I do. So I start.
See, this is what happens when you don't really be around black people. If you were this is like the Hillary Clinton thing. They messed up, her campaign messed up because clearly you don't have any foundational black Americans on your campaign. They would have told you all that pandering and stuff like that you're doing is offensive and disrespectful, is going to turn people off of your campaign. Is very off-putting, is very offensive, is going to make people back up from your campaign, because this pandering that you're doing and this overselling of your blackness, what does that mean? What does that mean? If you're saying you're not going to do anything only for black people, why you keep trying to sell you being black? If you as a person are not going to do anything specific for black people, then you being black doesn't matter. And see, this is the point that they were trying to make that ruined their campaign. I'm gonna be honest with you. They would have, Harris, let me show you the polls here. Let me show you how bad she lost. She would have done better. When I made my prediction, I said Trump was getting North Carolina. I was right. Trump was getting Georgia. I was right. Trump was getting Arizona. I was right. Trump was getting Nevada. I was right. I also said Trump was more than likely going to get Milwaukee. I was right about that too. I gave Harris a little bit of leeway, saying that she might get Wisconsin and might get Pennsylvania. If I said those are a 50-50. Okay, I gave her a 50-50 chance. I should have gave her a no % chance. She would have done better, honestly, if she would have said, you know, I'm not here to pander to you guys. I'm here to just listen to what you guys have to do. But the thing is that you guys try to sell her on this is a black person, black person, black person. But we've woken up from, well, we just want to have a black person. The thing is that wanting to have a black person in office used to be, well, we assume that a black face in high place is really going to hook us up. But now we've seen since Obama, and which is why the Democratic Party has been failing, we've seen since Obama a black face in a high place does not necessarily equal automatic success. So you trying to sell us on her being black, but then her not doing anything or even wanting to do anything specifically for black people, that means her blackness doesn't matter. Even if she was, which she's not, but even if she was fully black, what does it matter? Let's ask this question. What does it really matter if she was a full foundational black American, if she came out on a platform and said, I am not going to do anything specifically for black people? Then that means you being in office is not going to be any different from if a white woman was in office, or if an Asian woman was in office, or a Hispanic woman was in office, or a white man, Hispanic man, Asian woman. You're not going to do any better. Sorry, I'm always getting calls when I'm on live. If you're not going to do anything different, then you shouldn't sell your blackness. Because you trying to sell your blackness and then not doing anything, that's going to make people upset. That's going to make people mad. So I want to go to the response. I said, these are the reasons she's losing. This is the reason why black people are rejecting her. Now I'm going to go to some of the responses. Okay. Going back here, taking this. I said, this video is why she lost. Foundation Black Americans aren't playing about our reparations. And boy, you had, oh, we voted for her. I want you guys to look at this and keep this in mind. Keep this in mind, okay? Oh, we voted for her. That's not why she lost. That's not why she lost. The fact that you think Trump is going to give you reparations shows how slow you are. You will never get reparations ever. Okay. Well, wait, what's Trump giving out reparations? Wait, what's Trump giving out reparations? Okay, look at this one. Trump says he's going to ban the teaching of slavery from schools. That's okay. They about to deny slavery ever happened to our kids. Reparations are the least of our problems. Our problems. Our problems. Y'all let me know when y'all see it. I don't know if y'all see it. Y'all see what I'm seeing. Our problems. Reparations are the least. Do y'all see what I'm seeing now? Yeah, you not gonna get reparations regardless, dude. When you talking about some our problems, it's not your problem at all. But you got a lot of folks who are scared. Oh my God, you got folks who are just absolutely scared, absolutely terrified. All love that, absolutely terrified. They love to say no tangibles, no vote. A lot of people now, a lot of people will sitting up there supporting it. A lot of people, but Trump already said he wasn't giving us reparations. And let's be honest, Trump didn't get a lot of black support. If Trump said that, he would have got more. Trump didn't really get a lot of black support. Where's Trump's reparations plan? Here's the problem. Trump said no. Here's the thing. We believe Trump when he says no. Trump saying no does not shake us or bother. It does bother us, but it's not like shocking when we hear it. Oh my God, Trump said no. No, it's not. Because we know where the Republicans stand as far as reparations are concerned anyway. But the only difference between the Republicans not giving us reparations and the Democrats not giving us reparations is that the Democrats will lie and they'll say, oh, we want to, but we got to study it and we got to talk about it and we got to have a poll about it and we got to watch a movie about it and we got to vote about it and we got to do a committee about it and we got to do a task force about it. Then we got to vote on the task force bills about it. Then we got to sign the task force bills about it. And then you go through all of that and they don't sign it. So the only difference is that one will tell you no honestly and another one is dishonest. If they're both saying no, it's not a difference. If they are both saying no, which they both did say no, it's not a difference. And the thing is that we're not thinking that, okay, well, if you're saying no, then you say yes. If you say no, then you say yes. Okay, if you say no and you say no, I'm sitting on the couch. Now, I want to show you this. When we go back here, a lot of people are scared. So they putting up this number. No, black people voted for her. Black people did. And let me tell you why. They're showing you this number because they are scared. They're scared that the dominant society, the white liberals, because white liberals turn racist as hell when they don't like the way black people are not following them like obedient children. So they get upset. So they're scared. All of these people are scared of white liberals and liberal backlash. So they, no, we was good. We was good. We did what we were supposed to. I want to show you something else. When you look at, when you view the quote tweets, all right? People like Foundation Black, Afro Elite Foundation Black American. Okay, yeah, okay. And then another one. All right, now, we got to be honest. Trump is not giving y'all reparations either. I'm so sorry. Okay. Y'all, that's very, at least you're saying it's not you, but I want to somebody else say, oh, here he goes. Who was going to give it to you? Just wait until Trump crime bill passes. These states about to sign some bills to block reparations like they were already doing. What does it, first off, ain't nobody blocking the reparations because our reparations is not up for no vote. This is scared coward nigga talk. This is what this is. This is coward talk because these people honestly believe that America and our fate is up to the dominant society signing papers. This is how they're scared. We shouldn't be scared. I'm not scared of Donald Trump. I wouldn't be scared of Harris. Now, is she going to mess things up and make it more difficult? Yes, she would have. But would I be scared if she won? No, I wouldn't have. We got to stop this scared thing. Oh, they ain't going to sign it. Okay. They told us that 10 years ago, and now they're getting closer to it because they said no, we said no. When they said the meeting's over, we didn't get up from the table. We said the meeting's not over till we say it's over. This is how you stand in your power. They're not doing that. They're like, he's not going to sign it and we're going to go back to slavery because these people are scared and they would do that. Now, let me go back because I want to show you, because these are some scared Negroes who are afraid of white liberal backlash. There was somebody who put up some statistics. Oh, they trying to oh, look at this. Kick rocks, biatch. I mean that in the highest level of disrespect. Now, you might be talking about her, I believe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are upset. Okay. A lot of people are upset, but look at this. No, you didn't affect anything, and you ain't getting no reparations. Are about to be rubbed out. You're about to be rubbed out. Okay, no diddy. All right. But look at this. This is what they're saying. The votes. White men majority voted for, and I don't know where he got this from because it's not like cited, but it says white men majority voted for Trump. White women, a solid majority voted for Trump. Black men, if this is the exit polls, I'm not sure. And I doubt this is this year's exit polls because I don't know. But we'll see. Let's say for the sake of the argument they did. Now, didn't I tell y'all white women was not going to vote for Harris? I said all of that trying to build a woman coalition, that didn't work with Hillary, and that's damn sure not going to work with Harris. You trying to have these colorblind white women follow you behind the fact that you guys are all women. You guys are all, this female unity is not going to work. I said that. I've been said that white women don't believe in any female unity. Okay. They don't believe in that. So let's say this. This is the poll that they're saying black men and black women turned out. I call cap on this. Listen, do you know that Hillary Clinton won a solid majority of the black vote? Barely anybody voted for Trump in 2016. But she had a very low black turnout. Let's do a little bit of math. Just a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. What is 90% of 10? It's 9. 90% of 10 is 9. Now, when you hear the number 90%, you think, wow, that's pretty much big. But that's only in relative concern with the total. Now, what is 80% of 100? It's 80. Now, 90 is a bigger percentage than 80 is, but when you compare the totals, 80 is a bigger number than 9. So adding this up when it comes to the election, the Democrats are always, or hopefully not for long, but they're going to get majority of the black vote. But how big is the turnout going to be? That's the thing. It doesn't matter if you get a majority. If you get a majority of a low turnout, that's still a low turnout. That's not going to swing the state. They needed more of a black turnout than they had with Obama, really, and that they had with Biden, because they were going to have more white turnout for Trump. So they needed more black turnout for Harris this time, and that's not what they get. They can lie to you all they want to. Oh, black turnout was fine. Let me show you some. Let me show you some. They say black turnout was fine. Black turnout was fine. Was it? Was black turnout fine? Okay. Hold on. Was black turnout fine? I don't think so. I don't think black turnout was.
Voters are going to the polls in 2024 than in the last two presidential.
Hold on. Let's take it back. You're speaking a little fast. Listen.
Fewer black voters are going to the polls in 2024 than in the last two presidential elections, yet other minority groups are seeing a surge from early voting. Queen City News anchor Derek Dellinger looks at the numbers and the efforts to draw the minority vote.
Early voting numbers show with just days to go before early voting ends, black voters are not voting as much as they have in previous years. In fact, there's been a steady decline, according to the research, since 2012, something that black voters groups have been working to address.
While early voting is breaking records, a closer look at the numbers shows there are also some new success stories in certain voting groups. Then there are others that, for whatever reason, are not. And at the moment, it is a concern.
We're trying to do everything we can, from door knocking, from phone banking, from church talking and neighborhood knocking to get the black vote out.
Now, let me tell you something. The black vote didn't turn out. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. Let's look at this. Do you honestly believe that she had the same black turnout that Biden did? They said Biden had a record number of black turnout. Obama, record-breaking number of black turnout. Do you honestly believe that she had the same number of black turnout that Obama and Biden did, and she lost all of the swing states? She lost all of the swing states. And in the states she won, to be honest, she didn't win by that much. There was some blue states that she didn't win by that. She almost lost blue states. She didn't win by that much. She didn't. Somebody is lying if they told you that black turnout was fine, because you wouldn't have lost all of maybe one or two, but you wouldn't have lost all of the swing states if black turnout was the same it was in 2024 or 2020. So let's continue. And they're saying that before we go, they're saying that because they don't want to validate that the voting for the couch worked. They don't want to validate that black people were fed up with the Democratic Party and let the Democratic Party crash and burn. They don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to validate that, because then they're going to have to come to the table and they're going to have to say, you guys win. You guys are in charge. They're doing everything they can so they don't have to admit that we run the yard, that we're in charge, and that we call the shots. They don't want to admit that. So they're saying, oh, no, black turnout was fine. Black turnout was great. It was great. It was great. Clearly, it was not great. Look at this. They were telling us there was major concerns about black turnout.
Forrest is co-founder of the nonpartisan Charlotte Black Voter Project. Its members, along with the NAACP and the Charlotte Black Political Caucus, they've been working to address it and to figure it out. Forrest tells us there is dissatisfaction with both Republicans and Democrats, though she's quick to say that it is not an excuse.
We are trying to say, we get it. You've been let down. However, you are not going to let your children down by not voting and letting your voice be recorded and heard for their future.
A lack of turnout means they're not engaged either by the candidates or by the issues and are kind of taking a pass. and are letting other people decide for them.
Can we get some couches in the chat room? Can we get the couch emoji in the chat room, brothers and sisters? Because this is what we was talking about.
Spoke with UNC Charlotte political science professor Eric Heberlich about the numbers.
The numbers do appear to be lower if the trends continue than they were in 2020, which would mean that African-American voters are going to have less impact on the outcome, and their priorities are presumably going to be heard less clearly.
No, and we ain't gonna do that. Our priorities are gonna be heard less clearly. Y'all was neglecting us and ignoring us before. All of this, we got to vote to be heard, and then we vote more than everybody else. We, as the foundational Black American community, historically have outvoted every other demographic in this nation. Historically, the second we got the ability to vote, we start with our population, our turnout beats everybody. Okay. Collectively speaking, now there's different swing states that, you know, turnout can be high or low, but collectively speaking, we outvote everybody, and we still get ignored, we still get neglected, we still get abused, we still get subjugated. So all of the whole, well, you gotta vote for your voice to be heard. Well, damn it, we've been voting and our voice hasn't been being heard or being paid attention to. So what's the difference? No.
Than otherwise.
And that's where the concern lies. Numbers from the John Locke Foundation show early voting numbers for blacks are a little more than half of what they were in 2020. And with just days to go, it's a lot to make up. At the same time, Hispanics and Asian Americans are seeing higher numbers in their respective groups.
And you already know who the Hispanics and Arab Americans, you already know who everybody else was voting for. This is why they needed that black vote. This is why they needed that, because all of these other minorities, which is another reason why they shouldn't have been doing this whole minority coalition. You should have been not pandering. You should have been providing for your base. You needed to provide for your base and have your base be rallied and strengthened by you, and they were going to go out there and support you. But you were not doing that. You were ignoring us. You were doing things for the Hispanic community. You were doing things for the Asian community. You were doing things for the white liberals. You were doing things for illegals. You were doing things for everybody else, thinking you were going to come up with this Frankenstein coalition. You know how Frankenstein's a monster and he gets one person's arm and another person's ear and another person's foot and another person's the mouth or something. You thought you were going to create this coalition. There is not going to be a coalition. That's what Hillary tried to do, and she lost, okay? Biden didn't even get this coalition, okay? She was not going to build this coalition. You guys keep trying to divide ways and come up with ways so you can look over and overlook the black vote, and that's you're going to lose every single time. You should have been providing for your base. They didn't. This is what happened. Because all of these other minorities are going to go red. All of them. And they do every time.
Some of those early voting totals, in fact, beating those from 2020.
North Carolina statewide races tend to be decided by very small margins. So the parties have every incentive to find that last few voters who might be persuaded to vote for them and get them to the polls.
Forrest emphasizes this election is more than just about who will be president or which party will be in power. In Mecklenburg County alone, there are about 40 separate items on the ballot to be voted on, and all, she says, deserve as much attention as every vote.
We can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is all we got as far as democracy. This is the system, and it's headed up by a stronger two-party system with Democrats and Republicans. And so what we have to do, we have to hold them more accountable.
No, see, and this is why we done with this. All the y'all talking points, y'all really need to go back to the drawing board with a lot of y'all talking points. The whole, well, hold on, we're going to vote them in. We're just going to vote them in because we want them to be in, and then we're going to hold them accountable later. They said that with Biden. Well, we don't want Trump back in. We don't want Trump in. So we're going to vote for Biden, and then we're going to hold Biden accountable later. And y'all, nobody talked about holding anybody accountable. How do you hold somebody accountable after you give them the seat, after you give them the White House, after you give them the Senate and the House? All it is, we're going to hold them accountable later. No, that is just a talking point so people can feel like, well, don't worry, we're not going to let them get away with it, but just this one time, let's just help them out just one time, and then we get to talk about your problems later. And then next thing you know, that doesn't happen. The same way they did with Ice Cube. Remember, he was all like, hold on, look, as Biden said, I'm worried about winning the election. I'm worried about winning the election. And then after the election, I'm going to get to you. 4 whole years, he didn't get to Ice Cube at all. Ice Cube did not show up at all. No talk about Ice Cube, no talk about the contract for Black America, period. None. All right? So all it is holding people accountable after we get them in. Oh, we done with that. We done with that. Y'all need to come up with something better. Y'all need to come up with something much better. But that's just North Carolina. If you guys thought that was the only state that had low Black turnout, you guys would be mistaken. Hold on, let me pull this up. Why did it misspell? All right. Look at this.
Continues in the state of Georgia, but a problem for Canada.
So, mind you, both of these are swing states. North Carolina, low Black turnout. Georgia, low Black turnout.
Early voting continues in the state of Georgia, but a problem for candidates is a lack of Black voters participating. WJCL 22 News' Kyra Naveau talks about the push to get people of color to the polls.
Early voting in Georgia, the momentum continues. On average, it's about 200,000 ballots submitted across the state each day. But the lack of Black voters in that number is a concern for many.
Get out here and vote. You can stand in line for Jordans and iPhones. Why not do this for vote?
A call to get Black voters to the polls after recent numbers show a low turnout during early voting.
Our ancestors fought hard for us to be able to vote. Please get out and vote. You can't expect anything to change if you don't enact the change.
According to Georgia's Secretary of State office, more than 30% of voters are white, while Black voters only make up 26%.
So we've got work to do. We've got people that have done early voting. The lines are long, and consistent, but we need the full turnout and not a partial turnout.
Chairman of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus, Carl Gilliard, is looking for an increase in turnout as both parties depend on Black votes, especially Black men.
Make me feel confident, and I did something and try to lead our country in the right direction.
In the 2020 election,
this is important. All it is, our ancestors fought for us to have the right to vote. Y'all using that as a talking point. And here's how you know they don't even really believe that. Because if you said our ancestors died for us to have the right to vote, you guys would be open and willing for a Black person to at least exercise their ability to vote for anybody. So if we said we wanted to vote Republican, if we said we wanted to vote Green, if we said we wanted to vote Independent, or if we said we wanted to write in a ballot, even if we said we wanted to write a ballot in, all right, you guys would be fine because our ancestors at least were exercising the ability our ancestors died for us to have the right to have with that logic, but they don't. They say, well, your ancestors died for you to have the right to vote. And then if you vote for anything besides Democrats, they'd be all like, oh, that's a waste of a vote. So just say you want us to vote Democrat then. Don't use our ancestors' name in vain like that. That's why people aren't listening to the whole, my ancestors died for us to have the right to vote. If you're seeing, since Obama, that whole talking point has become less and less and less and less effective. Nobody's listening to that. Because when you guys say that, you got the hidden message behind that is vote for the Democrats. That's the hidden message behind that. So nobody's listening to that no more. That's becoming very less effective. Now look at this. This is very telling.
In the right direction.
In the 2020 election, over 700,000 votes were Black, according to the Secretary of State.
In the last election, Chatham County and Fulton County were the counties that made the difference.
Many voters tell me that they hope that number of Black voters change within the coming days. Early voting will end on November 1st in Georgia and November 2nd in South Carolina. Election day is November 5th. In Chatham County, I'm Kyra Naveau. Back to you.
All right, you see, let me get to some of the super chats. We got Hannah. Hannah sends a super sticker. Thank you very much, Hannah. Tom Slick sends a super chat. He says, we not listening to that, Sir Bosson. Yes, sir, Bassin. Yeah, well, oh yeah, we're not listening to that. Oh no. Now, what's interesting is this is what we were telling people. If people logically just took it a step back and said, you know what, logically, we really do want to win this election. Okay, we know we need you guys to turn out in order for us to win this election. Let's come to the table. Tell us where we went wrong. Tell us what we need to do, and we'll listen. Okay. But they were telling us when we were saying, we've been saying this since Biden. Oh, their black turnout. The black people are upset. The black people are upset. They were trying to save face and be all like, no, black people are not upset. Remember what Jim Clyburn said? Listen to this. It's taking a little second to pull up. Listen.
Presidential politics. Vice President Harris leads, right, among black voters aged 60 and over by about 87 points. Almost identical to President Biden's lead, 85-point margin back in 2020. That was according to exit polls. But this shrinks to a 55-point lead for Harris among black voters younger than 60. So when you're looking at this generational divide, I know you've spoken about it, and we've spoken about it on the air for a little while now. I'm curious your perspective, though. Do you fear that this could be a sign of a larger, longer-term problem for the Democratic coalition if they're losing the support of younger black voters, particularly black men?
I don't know that we're losing support of younger black men. I talk to them all the time. I hang out on HBCU campuses. I deal.
Okay. Did y'all not just see? I'm gonna let it play. But did y'all not just see that black turnout was low in 2 major swing states that Trump won? I showed you the proof of that. So if anybody is saying no, black turnout was fine, like he's saying, I'll talk to black people all the time, and now when the HBCUs and then I'll talk to them, and they don't like it, and we gonna get all that black turnout is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It clearly wasn't fine in Georgia. Clearly wasn't fine in North Carolina. Wasn't fine then. But listen to them telling it because they don't want to admit what the real problem is. Oh, no, I talk to the youth all the time, and I go to the mall, and they say it's good.
I hang out on HBCU campuses. I deal with the youth council of the NAACP all across this country. We are having an issue connecting with these young people where they hang out. They don't hang out the way us older people used to hang out. We have to meet people where they are. And so I think that what we're beginning to see, that Kamala Harris is doing a great job of now a digital connection, which needs to be done if you're going to get to these young people. And I think that's going to improve. I'll tell you this. I believe very strongly that between early voting and November 5th, she'll have over 90% of that vote.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry. It just cracks me up every time. Every time I listen to that, it cracks me up. It's funny to me. I believe that cracks me up. I gotta take it back. I just gotta you know he lying. He trying to lie. You know he lying.
Now a digital connection which needs to be done if you're going to get to these young people, and I think that's going to improve. I'll tell you this. I believe very strongly that between early voting and November 5th, she'll have over 90% of that vote.
We shall see. Congressman James Clyburn, thank you very much for your time today. Issue though, President.
It's not just me, y'all. Come on now. That is funny. That is funny. I believe that I talk to the youth and they be on TikTok and they good. I believe we. That's funny. That is so. If y'all don't laugh to that, y'all don't got a sense of humor because that is funny. That's funny. Okay, maybe it's just me, but that is funny. Okay, that is funny. But they were saying The black turnout was good. It was fine. Everything was good, and that they had no problem with black men. Black men did not have a problem. Then the real numbers started to come out that black men actually did have a problem with her. Real numbers did start to come out that black men actually had an issue with her. And then you started to see people get real triggered, real disrespectful, real offensive and everything. Now, they were saying, oh, black men loved her. Not only that, you had a whole bunch of moist dudes saying that black men loved her. Listen to this.
And got on the call last night, win with black men the same way black women got on the call the night before.
Now, let me say this. It's only two type of black men. It's only two. Only two. The type who's just old and hold on, let me change my pins and come back and everything. Those are the people who don't use computers. They use actual, like, what is that thing where you put the paper in and you go and you what's that thing? The keyboard thing. A typewriter. That's what it's called. They be using the typewriters and they be doing that with the letter, and then they actually they don't know how to send emails. They send mail. They got a whole drought. You know how old people, let's be honest, you got old people who got a lot of stamps. Young people don't really be having stamps. Nowadays, you don't have young people damn near don't know how to use stamps. They don't be sending mail. You got an old person. Old people keep a lot of stamps. You will never find an old person without stamps. They love stamps, okay? Stamps was a big thing when they got different types of stamps. They got stamps for Christmas. They got stamps for New Year's. They got stamps for Valentine's Day. They got stamps for Easter. They got stamps. They got Easter bunny stamps. They got Christmas stamps. They got summer stamps with a little palm tree. They love stamps. That's that type. The stamp, the old stamp, civil rights generation. You know, they wake up early in the morning to put their dentures on. They swear to God it's their real teeth, but we know it's not. And then you have the moist folk. The moist folk, they over there and they laying in their bonnets and they up in their pillows and everything like that. They got a big fluffy pillow. You know those fluffy pillows that got like the I don't even got y'all know what I'm talking about. They got kind of like the furry pillows. They got the big furry pillows that stretch across the whole bed. Those big ones that stretch across the whole bed. You know that straight men don't even know where to buy them at. Though that's what he has. That's what he has.
The night before, black men got on the call last night. Win with black men the same way black women got on the call the night before. The night before, black women raised $1.5 million with 44,000 women on the call. So black men was like, hey, we got y'all. We're not leaving y'all out here. We support Kamala too. And it was about 50,000 of us on that call last night. And I think the final tally was we raised 1.3 million. So the ladies won. Y'all won. But
first off, and I said that from the very beginning. I said all of that Zoom call with 44,000, with 50,000 people on the Zoom. I said that is cap. I said that didn't happen. I said that's a lie. I said that doesn't make any sense. And clearly it was a lie. Clearly it didn't make no sense.
But we're throwing almost, not throwing, we are supporting Kamala with almost $3 million in a span of 48 hours just from one organizing event with black people. So don't let people tell you that black men and black women are not riding with Kamala, or not energized about this potential presidency. Will there be some? Sure, of course, but nah, we're with sis, and we can win this. And like I've said before, if we vote for Kamala Harris the way in which we voted for Barack Obama twice, she can win and we can defeat Donald Trump. She can win, whether the country is ready for it or not. If we show up and vote the same way we voted for Obama, she can win.
Well, that didn't happen though. That did not happen. So as we can see, that didn't happen. Let me get you, because we got some more super chats. I don't want to ignore y'all. Y'all been gracious. Y'all been wonderful. We got Antithesis. Antithesis sends a super chat. I think Antithesis also sent a Cash App too. Thank you very much for the Cash App. And then Ty $ sends a Cash App. Thank you very much for your Cash App. Greatly appreciate that, brother. Greatly appreciate that. Antithesis says, where are all the shills and bootlicks? Been mighty quiet the last 48 hours. Oh yeah, they was telling us she was winning. We didn't know what we was talking about. The vote couch thing, that wasn't going to work. Nobody sitting on the couch. Nobody likes Donald Trump. He's not going to win again. He's a convicted felon. Oh, they were saying all of that stuff, and now they out here, they just sitting up there crying at this point. And we're going to show you that, because they are crying quite literally. Okay, Tom Slick sends another one, says, how did that work in Jim? Oh yeah, Jim Clyburn. Oh no, that didn't work. That didn't work. And then we have our beloved Stephanie sends $100 super chat, says, it was us that made this happen. We made history, family. I'm so proud of my foundation, Black Americans. I am too, sister. Thank you so very much, beloved. I am. This month started off great. Honestly. Started off wonderful. I just love it. I love it. It's wonderful. Now, they were saying, oh, it's fine, because they were trying to convince people, because they understand that most people, most human beings tend to go with the crowd. That's just how most people work. They tend to go with the crowd. So they understand that if most people think that this is where we're going, then most people are going to just blindly go along. But we here, we're standing on business. We were saying, hey, no, that's not how that's working. Eventually, we started raising issues. We went viral. I went viral multiple times at City Hall. Miss Jackson went viral multiple times just in Chicago talking about the immigrants. Then a whole bunch of other things was going on by the Democratic Party. So we were holding Black men and women, were holding the Democratic Party to account. Hold on. Let me show you, because I want to show you how they were saying this, and this is what the community was actually saying. So it's a lot of stuff. It's going to take a little bit of time to pull up. Look at this. It was a lot. Okay. Look at this.
Good, Joe Stamek, and I'm back with another video. Now, I saw a snippet of what Michelle Obama said about being an American and how no one has a monopoly over who's to be called an American. Let me show y'all that clip real quick.
All of our contributions deserve to be accepted and valued. Because no one has a monopoly on what it means to be an American. No one.
Hey, y'all done saw this darn clip. Miss Michelle Obama, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. How dare you sit up there and fix your lips talking about we don't get to monopolize who's American, when your ancestors bled and died for this country, just like mine. I have ties to 3 different states. I'm a New Yorker by way of Alabama, North Carolina, and Virginia. Okay? My ancestors, the same way y'all like to talk about our ancestors dying for the right to vote, which is a half-truth within itself, that's a part of being an American. Building a country that y'all was forced to build is a part of being an American. It's a shame that you say this. Then again, I'm not surprised. Us Black Americans was deemed as 3/5 of a human, let alone we have to fight for our position as an American, to be considered an American, let alone human. And you want to sit here and say that we don't have the right to monopolize who's American? Yes, we do. And so do you. But you okay with letting the floodgates open and allowing people who have no idea what it's like to be an American control America?
Yeah.
Okay? That's the problem. That's the problem I have with Democrats. And before y'all sit here and say, what about Republicans? The Republicans feel the same exact way. Okay? I'm not a Democrat because of this nonsense. Y'all want to sit here and use my ancestors as a means to vote for you, but you ain't want to do nothing for my ancestors or on the descendants' behalf. You don't want to do nothing to repel Black people and keep us pushing forward as a community, but you want to sit here and commit ethnocide. Michelle Obama, against your own people too? I'm saying this with the utmost respect.
Oh, she was going off. Oh yeah, she was mad. Now this is a Black woman mad at Obama. I mean, mad at Michelle Obama. A lot of black women, and I've been saying this, a lot of black women was not feeling what she was saying. Hold on, let me show you something else, and then I'm gonna show you some of what the brothers had to say.
Y'all, we have really got to do better. Don't mind me. I was bleaching something, y'all, but I just saw Kelly Rowland post Kamala and then turn off her comments. This economy, if Kamala becomes president, we are going to be so fucked. It's not even a joke. First of all, the whole like, they really see us as fucking dumb. Like, no policies, nothing. They're not going to do anything for us. Like, just the fact that we'll just show y'all a black person and we know that y'all will vote for them because y'all dumb. We know y'all dumb. We know y'all are dumb because y'all have been voting for Democrat. Y'all have been sticking beside us for 50 years and we have done nothing for y'all. So we don't need to give y'all policies. We don't need to tell y'all what we're going to do for y'all. We'll just do for every other community who has common sense to know that Democrats are fucking stupid. Like Cardi B told everybody to vote for, and it's crazy because I'm a Cardi B fan, but I find Cardi B to be a fucking clown. I find Quavo to be a fucking clown. I find Kelly to be a fucking clown.
And now, hold on, let me just pause it. Because this is what I was telling people from the very beginning. People can like Cardi B. People can like Quavo. People can like Megan Thee Stallion. People can like Kelly Rowland, Beyonce, Glorilla, Usher, LeBron James. People can like all of these people as an entertainer. It does not mean that they are going to listen to their political opinions. It does not mean that at all. So you trying to substitute the fact that you have no charisma and really no policies and you can't speak that well, you trying to substitute that by flooding the zone with a bunch of celebrities. People still like them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still probably gonna watch a damn what's his Samuel L. Jackson movie. I don't agree with his politics at all. But that don't mean we ain't got to stop watching this movie. Some people will, some people won't. That don't mean I don't stop liking basketball just because LeBron or Stephen Curry voted for her. Some people will, some people won't. There's some people who still, even though they didn't like what she said, still going to listen to Beyonce, still going to listen to Glorilla, still going to listen to Kelly Rowland, still going to listen to Lizzo, and still going to listen to Usher. That don't mean that they are going to listen to their political opinions. We have this thing where now the black community is becoming more educated than we've ever been, and we're starting to separate entertainment from leadership and influence. Oh, we are not making political decisions based off of what LeBron says, based off of what Kelly Rowland says, based off of Quavo, based off of Megan Thee Stallion. We're not making political decisions based off of that. We're not making political decisions based off of Lady Gaga. We're not making political decisions based off of Jennifer Lopez. We're not even making political decisions based off Beyonce. We're damn sure not making none based off Cardi B. So it was a waste of time for you to even bring them out there. Okay? It actually worked in the reverse, to be very honest. But let's I just wanted to pause it because she said something. She said, I like her, but she's stupid. A lot of people do. A lot of people feel that way. Take it back. I want to hear her say that one more time.
The Democrats are fucking stupid. Like Cardi B told everybody to vote for, and it's crazy because I'm a Cardi B fan, but I find Cardi B to be a fucking clown. I find Quavo to be a fucking clown. I find Kelly to be a fucking clown. Average Americans cannot afford groceries, but we should continue to vote Democrat. The same Democrats who are currently in office and are not doing anything. Like this shit is a fucking.
Okay. Now, all of this was during the DNC. All of this was during the DNC. And then came this horrific debate. This came the debate between Trump and Harris. And I will just briefly go over the debate between Trump and Harris. Look at this briefly. Just a few points, just so we can understand why black people turned off.
And border security. We know it's Turn now to immigration and border security. We know it's an issue that's important to Republicans, Democrats, voters across the board in this country. Vice President Harris, you were tasked by President Biden with getting to the root causes of migration from Central America. We know that illegal border crossings reached a record high in the Biden administration. This past June, President Biden imposed tough new asylum restrictions. We know the numbers since then have dropped significantly. But my question to you tonight is, why did the administration wait until 6 months before the election to act? And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings.
I'm going to pause it right here and say, I am so glad I'm never going to have to hear that again. I'm so after this, I'm just so glad that I'm done listening to the same answer. I'm so glad we're done with that.
And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime, trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Okay. Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he preferred to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand, this comes at a time where the people of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something, he's going to talk about immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer, and what you
just completely dodged the question. She did terrible. I just want to show you that brief thing. We don't have to go into the debate. We already did a thorough breakdown of the debate. Completely dodged the question, and black people did not like that. Black people didn't like that, and I'm deliberately trying to show you the women's reaction, because what they're going to do is they're going to show you, we're going to show it later, they're going to try to show, they're flooding social media with a bunch of women crying, make it seem like black women lost again and black women can't win for nothing. But there was black women talking against her campaign the whole time. Don't let the algorithm fool you. Look at this.
It's so hard to watch when you are very clear on the fact that Kamala started it gaslighting Americans. She's been gaslighting Americans the entire time. She's picking the things that she knows you're scared of. You see, she's bringing up January 6th. She's not telling the whole story. She brings up the C word, the pandemic. She brings that up, knowing that's not his fault. He didn't start it. Matter of fact, I was in Europe the November before, and it was actually in Europe where I was at the time. It's really sad that Americans, I see my friends on TikTok on Facebook who are like, oh my God, she's cooking him. Oh my God, she's like doing amazing. She's lying in her amazingness. And let me tell you, you guys are stupid enough to believe her. All you got to do is a little bit of fact checking, but no, that's not what you're going to do. You're going to automatically call him a lie because the media and them have helped you believe that he was a lie. You ain't going to fact check it. You ain't going to look. You're not going to look. You are literally just going to automatically believe him. But are you noticing that all she keeps leaning on is, this is why I'm going to be better, because I don't incite the things that he do, and I'm bringing us together. Baby, that is not giving me whole policies. What are you going to do? What are you able to do? Because everything that you're able to do as a VP, which also means you hold the most important seat in the Senate, you can do as president. As a matter of fact, the truth is you got a little bit more power now with the seat in Senate you have. And you're not under the telescope, the light like the president is, and yet you're not doing anything. I just cannot believe this debate. It is so hard to watch. This debate.
Okay. Now this was right after the debate. People was not buying it. Somebody said we got close to 800 people. We can really actually, if everybody listens real quick, we can actually get well over 1,000 people tonight. Okay, the algorithm is doing us well. We can get over 1,000 people in this room tonight. we got to do a couple things. Everybody got to hit that like button and put a like button or a thumbs up in the chat room. We got to flood the chat room, put a lot of thumbs ups in the chat room, put thumbs up in the chat room. And if you have Twitter or Facebook, share this to Twitter or Facebook. And we can have, we a couple hundred away from having 1,000 people in here. Now, as you all are doing that, I already see the thumbs up. As you guys are doing that, yeah, just hit that, and we get it. Come on. Because there's so many stuff. I don't want to have it loading, you know what I'm saying? And then it starts crashing out, right? I don't want to have it crashing out. Okay. So this is what she was saying. This is another person who was looking at the debate.
It was a bunch of BS. I mean, was this a debate between Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, or a debate between Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris versus the moderators? Because the moderators were literally debating Trump and even fact checking him. They were like, Trump, it says right here, like, that's not correct. We got a piece of paper from a manager that says, like, that's not correct. But they didn't even care to fact check Kamala Harris on the propaganda Project 2025. Yeah, it was very biased. It was so biased. And this is exactly why he has my vote. This is exactly why I'm voting.
So this is a lot of people saying this. Let me show you something else. And these are women. So when people be all like, women lost, black women lost, you see black women was dragging her the whole time. So don't do that black women lost and nobody loves black women, because they're going to keep trying. They're going to keep trying that. They're going to keep trying that. But that's not what you were saying. That's not what you were saying. I'm going to show you. And this was right after the debate that they said she won clearly. Oh, she aced that debate. She aced that debate. Look at this.
Race baiting and fear-mongering was a big part of her tactic tonight.
Part of Kamala's tactic?
Yes, Kamala's tactic.
Okay. What in particular would you remember about that?
Especially when she brought up the Central Park 5. I think that's a hot button issue, especially for a lot of African Americans, but she leaves out a lot of specifics to that. Like the lead prosecutor was a Democrat at the time. Back then, Donald Trump was also a Democrat. He wasn't always a Republican, and he was praised heavily in a good way for taking out that ad in the paper, because a lot of people did think that they were guilty. So a lot of people that were against Trump now were once a big fan of his, and I think he was gaslit during the entire debate, and that was probably why he was so defensive. And even when he brought up the topic of race, he brought that up because she's pandering. She's using being black as a trope to get the black vote. I'm sorry. But instead of her leaning into it, I would have liked to see her lean into the fact that, yes, I am a black woman, and this is my plan for black America, but she clearly doesn't have a plan because she's essentially not black. But she used that as a moment to paint him as a racist.
She's not black. And she's never really wanted to say she was black. This was her in an interview right after the debate. Remember this.
Is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh yeah, so she was she was losing. She was losing. She was doing real bad. She was doing real bad, and a lot of black men were calling it out. Black women were also calling it out. So a lot of people started to notice her black support actually started to decrease. It was never really that high to begin with, to be honest. It was never really that high, but it started to decrease. It got lower and lower and lower and lower. And then next thing you know, now they finally start acknowledging, because at first they was trying to be like, oh no, you don't have a black problem. Remember Jim Clyburn? I talk to black men all the time, and she good. And they were saying she was fine. Remember, they said she was fine, and black men were supporting, and black women were supporting, and everybody was supporting, and everybody loved her. She was Kamala. Remember, they were saying that. Okay. They were saying that. Then all of a sudden, they had to eventually concede to the fact that, okay, her black support is starting to fail. So here comes the shaming. Oh, here comes the shaming. Boy, did the shaming come on, Then they started to, let me find, then they bought the bootlicks out. Then they bought the bootlicks out, and the bootlicks did not help. The bootlicks didn't help at all. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. I don't even know where to go with this guy, but look at this.
Quick. But to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who quick to, Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black people. Listen, stop asking a motherfucking black woman to explain themselves to you, or explain themselves to y'all. If y'all ain't willing to ask a motherfucking white man, to motherfucking explain himself. Y'all cool with the white man not explaining his motherfucking self to you. Oh, the motherfucking black, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black community. She want my vote, she need to explain herself. You ain't motherfucking asking the white man to explain his motherfucking self. You too motherfucking scared to ask him. Motherfucking somebody need to explain something to y'all. Well, she been in the office already 3.5 years. Why she ain't do all the things she said she was gonna do? Cause she ain't the motherfucking president, that's why. When you go to the motherfucking McDonald's, that lady that's the motherfucking manager, she don't get to do what the fuck she wanna do. She might can give you some motherfucking fries, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. Some free motherfucking fries. That's about all she can motherfucking do. But she can't change the price of that motherfucking quarter pound up there. Or that motherfucking Big Mike.
Now, just show you that just very briefly. This was the very wrong approach. If they wanted to do anything, if they really honestly wanted to help her win, the people who were advocating for her should have said, you know what? Let's listen. Let's actually listen to the critiques of the people. We're actually going to listen to the critiques of the people. I will get to your super chats in just a second, but let's actually listen to the critiques of the people. Let's have a sit down conversation. Let's dialogue. Let's go back to the campaign. Let's fix some things up while we still got the change. That's what they should have done. I gave them that advice. Do you guys remember this? I was in a space with Luke, okay? Luther Campbell. I was in a space with Luke, and we were having a back and forth about it. And this is what happened. And I warned him. I told him.
I gotta move right along here.
I got you. Look, I want to address Dre Day, right? I'm just addressing your initial comment.
Afro Elite is on you. Afro
Elite. Are you moving on? I was going to address Dre Day real quick.
No, let me get you. Let me get Afro Elite.
I see it. It's cool. You got it.
I got you. Afro Elite. Come on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I muted the room. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, cool. You can hear me, right? Because I have my Bluetooth on, so I just want to know I can be heard.
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I want to say that a lot of people who have criticisms for Harris does not mean that they support Trump. I think that that's a disingenuous point to make. I think that that's really a straw man argument. Just because one person doesn't like or endorse one candidate does not mean at all that they support the opposite party, does not mean that they support Donald Trump, does not mean they support Republicans or his policies or anything like that. I think the people who really can't find a legitimate defense for the criticisms that Harris is facing, they make this straw man argument and they say, well, you just support Donald Trump. That is a way to deflect from all of the criticisms Kamala is facing. That's a way to deflect from that, because people do have legitimate criticisms. I reposted a video. A lot of people are saying that when she was interviewed, being asked about reparations, and she said no, a lot of people said that was taken out of context. I found a video of her in a debate where she was asked the exact same type of question, only in regards to immigration and what she was going to do when it comes to DACA. And she gave a list of specific things that she was going to do to specifically repair their grievance. And this is what a lot of people are saying. People are saying not that we don't want her to do anything for anybody else, but when it comes to us, we only get what everybody gets, but other people get things specific to them. There's been legislation that she's specifically pushed for illegal immigrants, for DACA, for asylum seekers. There's been specific legislation she's pushed for LGBT, for trans rights, for reproductive rights, for all of these things. There's been specific things she's pushed for specific groups of people, except when it comes to us as Black Americans who are descended from slavery. This is what we're saying. And when we address that, it gets deflected into, well, what is Donald Trump going to do? Donald Trump is not the conversation. You can dislike two people at the same time. You can dislike and disapprove of Donald Trump. I don't endorse Donald Trump. I did not vote for Donald Trump the first time, the second time, and I will not vote for Donald Trump now. I don't support Donald Trump. I don't support the GOP. I don't support Republicans. All of them are white supremacists in my belief. But I also think that the Democrats are equally as complicit in the subjugation and the oppression of Black Americans. They're equally as implicit, if not more so. You have millions of illegal immigrants coming to cities like Chicago, which is where I am, cities like New York, other places, infecting the Black community, harming the Black community. The Democrats don't even address how that is harmful to the Black community at all. There are Black folk who have to live in this that the Democrats are placing them in there for. So these are legitimate criticisms that people do have for the Democratic Party, not just Kamala Harris, but for the entire Democratic Party. And we need to have a mature conversation where that is acknowledged without saying, oh, you just support Donald Trump, or what is Donald Trump going to do? Because that shows a little bit of childishness, and that shows that you really don't have a legitimate defense for the Democratic Party, and you really don't have a legitimate defense for Kamala Harris, who, if you actually go look at her background, a lot of people talking about the re-entry program, and okay, I'm not going to take that off the table, but if you're going to put that on the table, you also have to put on the table that Kamala Harris was almost sued for keeping Black people locked up further than their sentencing time so they can put out forest fires in California. Which is, you can look it up. That's been backed up. You also have to add the fact.
Okay. Rule number one: if you're gonna give her a case, you got to put that in the jumbotron.
Okay. I
You
didn't
can't
know
get you
that.
can't no you can't get no cases. You can't get no case.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, just go find that information what you just said, and
Now everybody knows I was correct. Everybody knows the whole thing about the forest fires was correct. Everybody knows that. But he said, "Oh, you got to put it in a jumbotron." I say, "I didn't know that, but I didn't have it at the time." So I continue.
Make sure it's a reputable news source, because I'm still trying to figure out how, after you've been sentenced in jail by a judge and a jury of your peers, that she can keep you in jail. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Okay, well,
And
I'll
I've
find
been in
that.
every court in the land.
Okay, I'll find that out.
I'm trying to figure that.
And
I've been in every court in the land. That's some new shit on me. That the problem.
Okay.
Now, okay, he eventually stops me from speaking at that point. But this is, and I didn't come up there. I wasn't disrespectful. I waited my turn. Other people skipped me. I waited my turn. I was respectful. I said, listen, I don't like her, but I don't like Trump. But the thing is, if you're a real advocate for somebody, and somebody says, you know what, I know you want my vote, but I do have an issue with this thing. Gaslighting them, shaming them, saying that they don't like Black women if they don't just blindly vote for a woman who's not even Black. That is a bad strategy. You guys, if you guys want to actually do better, you guys need to be more receptive to any criticism at all, because the fact that you guys are saying any and all criticism is either sexist or racist, it makes people be all like, okay, well, clearly I'm not going to be able to have any of my problems solved with her or even addressed with her, so I'm not going to vote for her. If you want to engage people, you need to have a back and forth. All of this, and I was saying this, I was telling them, I said, all of this echo chamber stuff that you guys are doing, where you guys are just getting around and you only are talking to people who agree with you, that's not going to work in the long term. I was telling them that, and Luke didn't listen to me. And then the Black support started fading and fading and fading and fading and fading, all the way to the point where even Obama had to come out and acknowledge it. Obama, they drug Obama out of nowhere, and Obama had to come out and acknowledge it in a sad attempt to try to save her campaign, a very sad attempt to try to save her campaign. So this is Obama, and he came out there and he did the very wrong approach by calling all of us sexist.
Thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down? That's not acceptable.
Hold on, I just want you to look at that real quick. Let me just play it back. He's literally, not metaphorically, not physically, not any other way, quite literally wagging his finger at black men for not supporting her. And that had a very negative thing. That had a very, very negative reaction to it. A lot of people had a dialogue about it, and people were saying, okay, you guys are missing. If Obama would have listened to what I said to Luke, they probably would have been a lot better. But the fact that they were saying, no, it's sexism. Okay. And then you had a whole bunch of shills out here agreeing this is furthering the divide because you guys are not listening to any criticism. Then here comes the damn shills and the feminists. Look at this.
So I just got done watching President Obama call out black men for their lack of support of Kamala Harris and their support instead of Trumpelstiltskins. And I have two thoughts. The first thought being that while I thoroughly enjoyed watching that video and watching Obama call black men out, it's also very sad to me that this video even had to be made or said. That's just sad. The other thought that I had, though, is I remember when Obama ran for president, and so many black people, not just black men, black people, voted for him simply because he was a black man running for president. They were here for history. They were here for the optics of it all. They didn't really care about his policy. They didn't really care about what he stood for. They just saw a black man running, and they were here for it. And so now that we have a black woman running, another historic moment, suddenly black people don't care if she's a black woman. They want to know what her policies are. They want to know what she stands for. They want to know what she plans to do. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with wanting to know those things. That is perfectly fine. I just find it interesting that now that it's a black woman running, suddenly you don't care if she's a black woman. Suddenly that doesn't mean anything to you. Suddenly now you want to know what her plans are. Because voting for her because she's a black woman is a good enough reason. Because why do y'all think folks are voting for Trumpelstiltskins? Right. So I just think that should be unpacked as well. Just saying.
Okay. And after that, it was so bad that she had to come out with a black agenda. Remember that little black agenda thing that she tried to come out with? Remember that? And everybody's like, oh my God, that's the greatest black agenda ever. Now, hold on. And then we have defenders about the black agenda. Look at it. Hold on. Here we go. We got it. We got to show it to you guys.
And Vice President Harris is delivering. She is announcing an opportunity.
Now, the only reason that they came out with any bit of a black agenda is because what Obama did was so damaging to her campaign. It was almost a done deal. Obama almost single-handedly, I mean, it was already kind of sinking, but single-handedly destroyed the campaign. It was almost over. He almost just destroyed it. It was literally almost done. So they had to rush to come out with some type of a black agenda and say black men. It was really just the same thing that they've always done. And then they just found a way to crowbar the words black men into it. But the shills went out there and they started eating it up. Oh my God, look at her, look at her, look at her. Listen.
Agenda just for black men. And I'm not talking about surviving. I'm talking about thriving, building wealth, and leading our families and leveling up. So let me break this down real quick. First up, she's dishing out 1 million small business loans that are fully forgivable up to $20,000. So if you got a dope idea but don't have the funds, This could be your shot that you've been waiting for. Next, she's pushing education and mentorship programs that get black men into high-paying jobs and leadership roles, whether that's tech, teaching, whatever. She's covering it all. And for my brothers in the crypto game, she's making sure that there's regulatory systems to protect your investment, okay? No more blind flying. And on the health side, she's launching a national health equity initiative targeting things like sickle cell, diabetes, mental health, issues that hit us the hardest. Now, don't get it twisted, okay? Because Trump ain't never been about us. From being sued for not renting to black folks, to trying to get the Central Park 5 executed, to pushing that birther nonsense against Obama, Trump is not for us, okay? But clearly Kamala is. And if Trump gets back in office, my guy, it's bad news. Trump's looking to hit us with a Trump tax, cut overtime pay, bring back stop and frisk, and even gut Obamacare. So listen, here is the deal. VP Harris is putting black men front and center. She's taking this agenda on the road with events, economic talks, and real voices from black men supporting her, okay? It's our moment to choose. Do we want a future where we're thriving, or do we want one where we're stuck in survival mode?
Yep, that wasn't working. Now, at the same time, they were still trying to do this. The same time, they were still literally trying to do the shaming thing. So you had the sassy men who was like, oh my God, that's great. This is great. And then you had, remember folks, Michael Eric Dyson. I'm showing you all the flaws of the campaign. Listen to this.
Exploit the situation. This is the text exchange.
Hold on. That wasn't the, Michael Eric Dyson out here explaining, talking about, black men don't appreciate a black woman and her beauty and all that stuff. Remember this?
And I know some people got a problem with some of these women married to white men. Yeah, I'm going to go there this morning. Oh, my God. Well, look, I don't know their situation, but this is what I do know. A lot of them are dark-skinned black women, and some Negroes got a problem seeing the beauty in dark-skinned black women. Don't you be mad because a white boy came along and saw what you threw away. I ain't saying that's everybody. I ain't saying that's everything. I'm not saying it's universal. But before you rag on them, understand the story. Some of these darker skinned black women don't get no love. Could be at a place like Harvard, Princeton, and Yale, and the brothers dating all white women. Now that's their choice if they want to do that, but look at the demonization of darkness. Look at the chocolate charm that's being overlooked. Look at it, and we got everything in the book. Vanilla vitality, caramel cuteness, chocolate charm, mocha magic. We got it all, bruh. And yet we overlook that, right? Because we think that the white man's water is wetter. And skin and flesh is sweeter and sexier. So don't be mad at black women who refusing to be by themselves if they wanted to be a partner, accepted the love and devotion of a white man who saw their value beyond their skin in a way that certain black men could, or saw the beauty and value in their skin, not transcending their darkness, inhabiting it in delicious fashion.
Man, listen. He messed up. First off, all of that is really a bunch of stripper names. He low key, he was all like, yeah, the caramel cuteness and the chocolate mocha charm. That sound you crossing, like, brother, you reaching too much. So all of this stuff is hurting the campaign. It's hurting the campaign. She's trying her best to save it. And it was just not working out for her. She didn't have no black support. And on election day, we saw that to be true. All of the shaming didn't work. They was mad. And the closer we got to election day, the more upset they got. Because the more they realized black voters are not turning out, men and women, but they really tried to shame the men. They really tried to shame the men. They had a whole bunch of their tether feminists out here. They had a bunch of tether feminists out here talking about black men and how they don't like black men and are mad at black men. So we're going to show you that. And then we're going to show you, look at this. Look.
Black men are so fucking disappointing. I've been reading the comments under my Kamala post about the policy she's implementing for black men when it comes to their health, when it comes to them having businesses, when it comes to them getting their records expunged for having, trees. When it comes to them maybe investing in having tree businesses, everything that y'all have been asking Congress for, she's actually put policies out saying that if she wins the election and we become the majority in the House and the Congress, she would implement those policies for y'all. And all majority of y'all did was shit on them. And I've come to the conclusion, those black men just hate black women. I figured it out. It doesn't matter what we do for y'all, y'all still gonna hate us. Y'all have some hate against your mother. Y'all have hate against the woman that left you. Y'all got hate against the woman that put you on child support because you are not a part of that child's life. Y'all generally hate black women. And y'all would hate to see a black woman running the show. Y'all didn't give a shit about Obama policies because Obama was a black man. But now that it's a black woman, it's a big problem. It doesn't matter what she does. She's still not going to get y'all vote. So I'm going to stop talking to y'all asses. Because your hate for black women will put you 6 feet under. Because Trump.
Now, before she starts getting into the fantasy of black men being harmed, I want to let you know, politically speaking, let's say I didn't live in America. Let's say I didn't even live on the planet Earth and I lived on a completely different planet in a different time. And I was a time traveler from the future from a different planet. And I had nothing to do with this political season, with this politics. It doesn't matter either way. Let's say that. I would still look and say, if you guys are actually trying to get her in office and you guys understand that black men are not really where you need them to be right now, you guys saying that they don't love their moms and they don't love their daughters and they're deadbeats and they're stupid and they're idiots and they hate black women, when all of this stuff, and instead of actually addressing their real issues, even if it was that, but you guys just coming out with this anger and hatred and vitriol, that's not going to sway anybody your way. What they should have done is they should have said, hey, no, we need to be the most welcoming, friendly party, period. Everybody, no matter how mad you get, honestly, even if you the most mad you've ever been in your life, no matter how mad you get, you need to be friendly. You need to be welcoming. You need to listen, even if you don't want to. You need to be understanding. Okay? Don't snap off on them. Don't wish harm on them. Don't wish death on them. Don't do this stuff, because this is going to make people turn away from the party. You're actually going to make people who are on board get off board. Don't do this. This is what Plies was doing. This is what Luke was doing. Now, I told Luke about it. He didn't listen. This is what Obama was doing. This is what Michelle was doing. This is what all of the TikTokers that they were being paid to do were doing. I said it. They didn't listen. Now look at this. Then she goes into anger mode. Look.
Trump plans on giving police officers immunity, which means y'all are going to be enemy number one. I'll make this very fucking clear. Ain't nobody finna be marching for y'all anymore. You're not going to be in the streets. They got immunity. You ain't finna take me out, and that'll be all because of y'all. I figure the only reason y'all following Trump is to put black women in some type of place, because y'all know he has policies specifically for women. No fault divorce. You can't divorce your husband if you're pregnant. J.D. Vance, women should not be able to vote. The national abort ban, and it's going to soon turn into women should not be able to work, which will put black men on top and will force black women to have to deal with them no matter if they're good people or not.
And then here's another thing too. I'm sorry. I got to break this. Here's let me get this all the way off. Let me get this all the way off the screen. First off, like you said in the chat room, this woman is not black. She is not black. She's not even a black Jamaican, let alone foundational black American. And everybody acknowledged that some years ago until she needed to win some things. And now she needed to be black. But she's not black. We all know this. But listen, let me tell you something. All of this super over the top, extreme doomsday scenario that you guys are trying to paint, you guys need to stop that. All of this, well, if he wins, then women, women won't even be able to work anymore. He's gonna put a ban on women from wearing tights and yoga pants, and then he's gonna put a device in women's body to track their periods, and every woman's gonna have to do it from the age of 7. Like, okay, that didn't come close to happening the first 4 years he was in office. But you're saying the second year, it's not going to happen. So what you're doing is, to an independent thinker, okay, you guys are way too extreme. The reasons why you're telling me to vote for her don't make sense. Anytime you guys make this extreme scenario, when people can clearly tell that's not going to happen because it didn't even come close to happening the first 4 years, the first term he was in office, people are going to look and they're going to say, you know what, that doesn't make any sense. And I don't think he's going to do that. So when they do that, it makes you block out everything that they're about to say. Everything that they say from then on, when they go all the way over the top, when they take it to the 10th level, it makes people be like, you know what, everything you're saying don't make sense. Nothing you're saying don't make sense. And people completely tune out. And this is what this lady's doing. Okay?
I get it. Black men, a lot of y'all, not all of y'all, a lot of y'all feel like y'all don't have to do shit, and y'all shouldn't have to do shit for a black woman to respect you, because nowadays we don't need y'all. We have to have a want for y'all. But when women didn't have any rights, we had no choice to deal with y'all because it was the only way we could survive. And I get that. A lot of black men don't want to put any effort. Y'all don't want to go to therapy. Y'all don't want to advance yourselves.
Do you think that this is actually helping? Do you think a black man who's indecisive listens to this and be all like, oh yeah, I guess I should want to, because she's saying that we don't want to do anything and we're worthless, we don't want to go to therapy, and that women don't need us, they didn't have to want us now? Do you think that this is helping her case? And this was all through, they should have sent a message out to everybody to stop doing this.
Y'all don't want to get an education. Y'all feel like y'all should not have to be better than what y'all are. We should just accept y'all as y'all are. And Trump will give y'all some form of that. But he also gonna put your ass back in Jim Crow. So be prepared. And pray to God that even if you don't vote for Kamala, she wins. Because if she doesn't, y'all gonna be enemy number one.
And it wasn't just black women, let's be honest, who were caping for her. It wasn't just that. You had some celebrities. Listen to Scrappy. Y'all remember Scrappy, right?
All y'all black guys, y'all black women, all y'all people all y'all preachers. There's so many preachers. It's like, yo, when y'all vote for Trump, and if that man win, I remember every last single person that I have come in contact with that said they vote for Trump. And if it ain't right, cuz, I'm gonna remember you. And you're not gonna be black to me no more. At all. You're not gonna be black to me. Don't try to shake my hand.
He must have got that from Joe Biden. Hey, you don't vote for me. You're not black. That sounds like he got that. He sounds like he's been talking to Biden.
And I'm not gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna pray for you. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pray for you. And if something was to ever happen to your kids one day and the police do it and they get immunity, I'm not coming to march for you. I'm going to pray for you and your family because you're the reason why it happened. That's crazy how that shit could really like tip you over in your life for voting for somebody. So everybody go out there and vote for your person. That's all I'm saying. But you vote for the wrong person.
Okay. Is that helping? Is that helping? Now, quick question. Real quick. Okay. When was Scrappy's last album? Okay, stop. I know everybody who listened to that question immediately left to go to Google because nobody knows off the top of their head. And it's okay. I don't either. Google may know. Google may not know. We don't even know if Google knows. But this is the stuff that was killing her campaign. And I said this before. I said this to Luke. If anybody had listened at that point, she would have did a lot better. Look at how terrible she did. Look at this. This is horrific. This was terrible. She did a horrific, terrible job. And a lot of that was due to the supporters. Let's be honest. Oh, but we can't be. There's no way we can talk about this. There's absolutely no way we can talk about this without talking about one of the main problems, one of the main things that y'all did wrong when y'all decided to disrespect Janet Jackson.
Mercy, Janet Jackson. Okay, y'all, she's the latest black celebrity to spread misinformation about Vice President Kamala Harris. In an interview with The Guardian, y'all, published Saturday, to promote the second leg of her concert tour, Janet Jackson claims she heard that Kamala Harris was not black and the vice president's daddy was white. Here's what the reporter wrote. On For Us, it was about making a difference in a kid's life, a teenager's life, from them taking this path with drugs and going down the wrong street, trying to make something of themselves. On that record, she sang about joining voices in protest to social injustice and pushing toward a world rid of color lines. I wonder where she stands on the forthcoming election. After all, I say, America could be on the verge of voting in its first black female president, Kamala Harris. Well, you know what they supposedly said, she asked me. She's not black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian. She looks at me expectantly, perhaps assuming that I have Indian heritage. Well, she's both, I offered. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days, she coughs. I was told that they discovered her father was white. I'm floored at this point. It's well known that Harris's father is a Jamaican economist, a Stanford professor who split from her Indian mother when she was 5. Quote, my mother understood very...
People who are going to emulate you.
Hold on, I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Go.
I put that up so I don't avoid the copyright thing, but listen to this a little bit.
I hate to quote Laura Ingraham, who told some brothers to shut up and dribble. But I would tell Janet Jackson, shut up and sing, girl. You okay at that. You ain't even that good at that either, but you okay at that. You can sing. But
so she told Janet Jackson, this lady up here told Janet Jackson to shut up and sing, but you're not that good at that either. But you're okay, but you're not that good at that either. Okay. Now, ain't this the black women? Don't they care about black women and protecting black? See, they lost a lot of black women with this stunt. This was a major L for her party. This was a major L for the party. When they decided to diss Janet Jackson and throw Janet Jackson under the bus, Janet Jackson didn't come out there and defend her. She just gave her opinion in an interview with a question she shouldn't have been asked, and they did all of this stuff. She said, you need to shut up and sing, and you ain't that good at that either. Okay, these are the people who say we got to defend black women and black women this and black women this, and we love black women. Okay.
do not get yourself involved in politics because you don't know what you are talking about. And like you said, she lived in California. She knew the sister was black. She knew she was the attorney general. I just want to know who's paying her bills, because that's what it boils down to. You cannot be jackass. I try not to cuss like her, so Roland, just so I don't emulate you.
Her jackass. Called this woman a jackass for an Indian Hindu.
Because a lot. You show yourself to be a total jackass. What is wrong with you? And why are you doing this now? And there are going to be some young people and some stupid people who are going to emulate you, and you need to dial it back. You just need to dial it back. People have admired you for years. We think, whatever. We've admired you for years, even though you've been a little bit stupid about some stuff. But
there's going to be some stupid people who are going to admire, calling us stupid if we listen. There's going to be some stupid people who admire you. But she said she's been stupid for a couple of years now. She's just going in on
frankly,
Janet Jackson.
No, this is not your platform. Go sit someplace and sang something unusual, but don't talk this mess. I'm like totally over it. I'm like you. I'm totally over it.
Okay. Ooh, totally over it. Then we got it. Come on now. We can't talk about the disrespect without also talking about D.L. Hughley.
Janet Jackson was doing an interview. She gave comments and she said she had heard that Kamala Harris was not a black woman. To which you responded and you questioned why she was questioning Janet's race. Do you think, with someone with the platform that Janet has, do you think it is irresponsible for someone of that caliber to repeat information that they have just heard? Janet said, "I just heard it somewhere." Is that dangerous and is that irresponsible?
Well, I think the caveat is, for me particularly, I just had to make an apology to the vice president at the DNC, because I too was trucking in misinformation, and I think that it is very dangerous. But I think that it's more insidious than that. I think it's easily provable to determine whether her father is black or not. Right. You could Google it right now and find out. There's a reason you don't want to know, and there's a reason that information or finding something like that, you've never seen that in mainstream or even middle of the road news. You have to search the furthest reaches of the right wing internet to find that. It's the same place where they tell you Haitians eat dogs. It's the same place they tell you that Obama wasn't born here. It's the same place where all the scandals live and all these right-wing conspiracy theories live. And there's a reason that people perpetuate that. Now, I just wanted to know, first one, it seemed ironic that a woman who has had family members, for a lot of people, they're questioning whether Kamala is black, but there are a lot of people who question whether Jacksons want to be. When you shave out Michael Jackson, a lot of them, they all got the same nose. There's a reason for that. So it's ironic to say that question somebody's black is why you're doing it through the nose of a white woman. That's just ironic to me. So part of it is humor and part of it is irony, but I don't think that it is. I think that it has a malicious intent. I don't think it's innocent, because I think based on where it comes from and the type of allegation it was, assertion it was, it's easily provable. Why would you perpetuate it, particularly at this point in the race? But when somebody apologizes and you say, if you fire the person who apologizes to you for the thing that you said, and you don't try to make that thing right, then what else? You can't double. That's basically doubling down on what you said. And to me, it's not these people on the internet. It is one black woman saying something that hurts another black woman. I don't get what the purpose. Even if that were true, even if her father was white, which we know he isn't, what the fuck does that have to do with anything we're talking about? You went on your way to have this conversation. There is a
she didn't. Now, see, this stuff was messing her campaign up the whole time, and this showed a lot of the hypocrisy about caring for black women. They only care for black people, black men, when black men are on board. They only care about black women when black women are on board. The second a black woman bucks the system, the second a black woman even questions the system, then all of a sudden, oh, don't you have a white woman nose? And you a dumbass, you a jackass. You remember that lady was calling her, you was a jackass. You need to shut up and sing, and you can't even sing that much. And you've been saying stupid stuff for the last couple years. They was going in on Janet Jackson. And this is the party that was talking about being pro-black women and black women winning and all black women standing together, until an actual black woman, salute to Janet Jackson, an actual black woman said something unfavorable, okay? Or not even really unfavorable, because if her dad is white, her dad is white. That's just what it is. But she said something that would not help her. Is not preferable to say that, because she's trying to ride off of her blackness. She's trying to use her blackness to get just unearned votes. So if you deny her blackness, that's going to deny her the ability to get those unearned votes. So what it's not mean to say, it's not malicious to say, but the thing is that it's just not preferable to say during this campaign, because it's preferable to say she's black. That's why, when I was saying, that's why the whole entire time they were not even specifying that she was Indian. They didn't even say she was Indian. They were just saying black, 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 black. This is a black woman, a black woman, a black woman. They didn't say that in 2016. They were calling her an Indian in 2016, but they were saying that in 2020 because they know her being black is a preferential racial status that helps her. They know that. So that's why they all like, okay, well, we can't do this black thing. We can't do this Indian thing because we're not going to get nowhere with that. We need to put the black thing there. All of this adds up, y'all. All of this adds up. Okay, we could talk about all the summit, the rally, all of this stuff. We've been talking about that for the longest time. But at the end of the day, the battle between Donald Trump and the battle between Kamala, really Kamala, whatever her name is, doesn't matter. We won't be hearing it for that much longer. The battle between them went in a very unepic showdown, and Donald Trump swept her easily. All of the swing states. Not only did he win all of the swing states, Republicans won both houses. They won both seat and Senate, the House and Senate in Congress. Now Congress is red, and Donald Trump is the president. Also, the whole government is red now. I'm talking about the entire. This is how bad the Democrats have been doing. Let's process this. The Supreme Court. Majority of the Supreme Court, red. Majority of the House in Congress, red. Majority of the Senate in Congress, red. The president, red. The whole government and all three branches are red because of the Democratic Party. They had the advantage and they fumbled the bag when they had the advantage. They had the advantage multiple times, okay? And they messed up every single time. And this is what happens. And you have a lot of people who are sad about it. A lot of people who are sad. They was out there weeping and crying, and they were so sad. Oh, I got to show y'all this. I waited till the last minute, but I got to show y'all this. They were so sad. They were so heartbroken. They were so disappointed. I'm talking about they out here looking defeated. They out here looking blue. They out here, they triggered and crying. I got to show y'all some of the videos. Are y'all ready to see it? Are y'all ready to see some of the videos? I got to show y'all some of these videos. Okay. These people is out here literally tripping. Hold on. Y'all don't know. Okay, let me show y'all. Hold on. Here we go.
What the fuck y'all want me to say? I don't know what dream y'all want me to sell you, what reassurance you think that I should be giving you right now, but I can't. I'm a black woman in America, and I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm disgusted with this country. I'm disgusted with the people in this country, and I'm disgusted with myself because I had so much faith in humanity. Thank you, because I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. A country that literally was built on the back of racism, homophobia, misogyny. Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Excuse you. A country that was built on the back of racism, homophobia, and misogyny. See, this is the K-Hive here that y'all trying to put everything together. Racism, homophobia, and misogyny. So they had gays out there picking cotton. It was black gays and women. All women, not just black women. It was black gays and women out there picking cotton from sun up to sundown. It was black homosexuals and women out there doing slave work. We were all, not just black. We were all labeled as 3/5 of a human being. Gay white men. Okay.
I went out and voted for the black man that got lynched 5 hours away from me. I went and voted for the people whose bodies were found behind a police precinct, 300 bodies.
And all of that was during her campaign. She was in office. And this is the thing that just defeats me. She was in office when all of these, she's going to list off some real things that happened, and all of them happened under the Biden-Harris administration. And you crying that they didn't keep office? What are you doing? Oh my God.
I voted for them. I'm tired.
Oh,
I'm tired.
Go get some sleep. Get some sleep and read a book. Oh my God. Oh, they upset. And it get worse. I'm trying to give y'all the lighter one so y'all can kind of get braced for it. Okay. Then you got the sassy men out here. Look at this.
So since Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm going to be leaving the U.S. and I'm going to be moving to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll update you guys.
Okay, so he says since Trump won, we're cooked. Okay. Somebody needs to tell him that Trump has already been the president for 4 years. Maybe he didn't know that, but Trump has already been the president for 4 years. You can tell this is not foundational Black American spirit because we don't run nowhere. We don't run nowhere. And lastly, Trump is the president of the United States of America. Where is he going to go to? Hawaii. Can somebody in the chat room tell him? Do I gotta tell him? He's afraid of the president of the United States, so he's going to go to Hawaii. Does it gotta be me? Does it gotta be me? Okay, maybe he thinks Hawaii is in another continent ran by another country. Maybe he doesn't know America runs Hawaii too. I don't think. Okay. So that's like me saying, that's the equivalent of me saying, I'm going to leave the state of Illinois because Illinois voted blue and I'm disappointed in Illinois for voting blue. I'm so sick of that. And I'm moving to California. That's the equivalent of that logic. Okay. I'm going to get to y'all super chats. Y'all been wonderful in the super chats. Okay. They don't know. And this is oh Lord, it gets worse than this. He didn't even know Hawaii is a part of America. Hawaii is a part of America. He gonna run into the same problem. He said, we're cooked. I'm going to Hawaii. Okay. I'm telling you, it get worse. Let's look at this, y'all.
I do
not like crying on the internet, but I'm not even about to pretend like this some shit that I'm finna be embarrassed about, bro. Like, I ain't never been so fucking devastated behind an election. And it's just like, when you a black woman surrounded by black men and they say all this shit like, oh, he's not that bad, and oh, he just hates everyone, bro. Like, it was my brother homeboy I was talking to the other day, a black man, and I found out that he's a Trump supporter. I'm like, he does not like you. And he was like, oh no, he just don't like everybody. What? So that's a good candidate for you? Someone who just fucking hates everybody? Like, what? And I'm fucking crying in my room this morning. My brother gonna come up in here and say, what's wrong with you? Like, he can't think of one possible reason why I would be upset right now, bro. These niggas are so fucking, they live on another planet. And it's because none of this shit affects men. That's why. Men don't give a fuck about nothing that don't directly affect them. If it does not directly affect men, they do not give a fuck. And motherfuckers hating women is the whole reason he got elected in the first place. The first time he got elected, he ran up against a woman. Second time, he ran up against a man, and it wasn't even a good fucking candidate, and he lost. He ran up against a woman again, and he won, because y'all just fucking hate women. That's all it is. We could.
Okay, to defeat that logic, he was going to beat Biden. Everybody know, don't even try to say Biden had a chance in hell. He didn't have a snowball's chance in hell. He was going to beat Biden, clearly. It was going to be he was going to defeat Biden by a mile. It was not going to be close. He was going to beat Biden. Okay. So the whole, oh, he only won because he ran against a woman. No, he was running against Biden and beating Biden. So don't do the whole, he only beat her because she's a woman. He beat Biden. He essentially beat Biden and then beat her. He beat Biden and then beat her. And let's say that it was just the sexism and misogyny and people hate women. Then explain to me why the Republicans won the House and the Senate. See, this argument that Republicans won the House and the Senate, so that's why, oh, that doesn't really work. That doesn't really work like that. Because then that defeats argument. I mean, that defeats the argument of sexism. Because you can't say sexism is the reason why the entire Democratic Party lost. Clearly, the Democratic Party needs to do a lot better. Clearly, the Democratic Party needs to do better. That's the problem. But let's continue. Let's continue. Because she goes on. I'm gonna make it big. She goes on. She goes on. So it ain't got nothing to do with sexism, and I'm not trying to hear that.
Even get a white lady in office. Of course, they wouldn't go vote for no fucking black lady. And it's like people just, either people don't give a fuck or they're genuinely not grasping how fucked this shit is. And it's just like somebody commented on my last video when I was like in the club, we all crying, talking about, oh, y'all are so dramatic. Dramatic? This is dramatic? Like, this is an extreme underreaction. Dramatic would be marching down to that fucking White House and burning that bitch down. That's dramatic. You don't want to see dramatic. This is nothing. We are fucked. We're literally doomed for the next 4 years at the very least.
We're literally doomed for the next 4 years at the very least. At the very least, we doomed for about 4 more years. Okay. So under the Democratic Party, we was cool. Were we cool under the Democratic Party? Okay, because oh my God. Just okay, but it get worse. If y'all don't think it get worse, I'm trying to give y'all this. Oh, it get worse. I'm trying to build y'all up so y'all mentally don't just crash out. It gets worse than that. It gets worse than that. I misspelled that word terribly. It gets worse than that. A lot worse. Now look at this. Now look at this. We have people escaping the insane asylum. And this is over an Indian woman. Oh, it get worse. People have escaped the insane asylum. Okay. Arkham Asylum has left its gates. They need to call Batman right now because there's a lot of people out here with cell phones making TikTok videos.
I'm sorry. No. Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
I gotta play that again. Y'all know she's screaming so loud she's spitting on her phone. She got saliva all on her damn phone screen the way she's screaming. Okay, can you imagine a person right next to her in traffic seeing that car shake? Hold on. Do you know how bad it is when you moving back and forth and the car start rocking, the car start shaking? Can you imagine somebody looking to the side and seeing her car shake and she, why? Oh my God, look at it. The car is shaking. She got spit flying out her mouth on her cell phone. Okay, she's going to need to get the whole thing ready. She can't charge it. And the phone's going to say detecting moisture.
I'm sorry. No. Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
Listen, I'm going to be honest, and this might be offensive. This might be offensive. Black women, sometimes we got to give it. Black women do. Our sisters be tripping sometimes. But then there's that. Our sisters don't do that. Our sisters, we got some FBA sisters that do be kind of off, but not that. Oh no, not that. I can tell. This is giving you probably, this is giving me the idea that you are mixed. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is what a mixed person does. She looks like her father is white. This is what her father being white, a mother being. This ain't no she got some whiteness in her, and the blackness probably ain't FBA either. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, this is the type of mentality you get with a white man and a damn Jamaican woman. I'm gonna be honest. This ain't our sisters don't do. Our sisters is crying. I mean, they weeping and crying, and they sitting up there upset and sad and defeated and all of that. But not this. Oh no, not this. This is something else. This is something else. What is this?
No!
I mean, she's screaming so you can literally see down into her throat and her stomach. She got her mouth open wide enough. No! It looked like a cartoon. Look at this. Ain't no FBA sister. I'm not gonna put this on FBA sisters. Okay, I'm not gonna put this on FBA sisters. Somebody needs to get the back signal running so he can get these insane people back in the asylum. Okay, the Joker would look at this and be like, "I'm not that crazy." What is this?
No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
And do you really hate me that bad? Ma'am, were you running? Oh, is she probably stole the nurse's outfit because she looked like she's wearing scrubs right now. See, and this is why the healthcare field is bad. This is the insanity of people who work in the healthcare field. Okay, she looked like she stole the nurse's scrubs. Okay, from the straitjacket. The nurse is in the straitjacket and she is in the scrubs. That's what's going on. She said, "Do you really hate me that bad, ma'am? You weren't. What are you doing?" Oh, but we ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. Okay, we not done. We got people afraid for their lives. We have people literally afraid for their lives. Hold on, here we go. It's terrible.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave.
She said she's scared to go to sleep. She might wake up a slave. Donald Trump ain't even president right now. He's not even the sitting president. And she's scared to go to sleep because she might wake up a slave.
Y'all, like, why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why? Why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why is this a thing right now? Why is this okay? I can't do this no more. I should have kept my vote to myself because I knew it didn't fucking matter. I knew it didn't.
I'm going to say something. For their people like, well, we're going to be back in jail and we're going to be slaves again. Listen, if you, as a Foundation Black American, can know that your people survived slavery and overcame slavery and fought their way out of slavery, and that a member of the dominant society can put you back in slavery by what? Signing a piece of paper? I'm going to tell you, there's no going back to slavery. Ain't no more return to slavery. All of this scared Negro talk about returning to slavery, as if you being a slave is not dependent on your action. You being a slave is not depending on you saying yes or no. You being a slave is dependent on who is the president of the United States. You being a slave is dependent on an executive order. So you being a literal human being with rights versus a slave is all up to somebody sitting there with a piece of pen, with a piece of paper and a pen. It's not up to you. You have no agency. No, that not me. Not me. Cause I'm gonna tell you, ain't no picking cotton for me. Ain't no picking cotton, ain't no building railroads, ain't no building houses, no White House, no nothing. I'm not picking tobacco. I ain't picking nothing. I ain't picking a damn thing. My life will end before I do any of that. Before I do any of that. Ain't no, I'm scared I'm going back and I can't believe. Ain't no more going back. Ain't no more going back. This is over with at this point. If we can't get democracy to work out and y'all try to bring that back, then we just gotta all go. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. If they really, and this is how you know would never try to do it. Because there's enough of us who think like I do. There's enough of us who think like I do. We trying to do this whole democracy thing and political thing and trying to do things in a civilized and democratic way. But if y'all say to hell with the civilized and democratic way, if y'all say to hell with democracy, if y'all say we done with all of that, if y'all say, you know what, this is what we're going to do, I'm going to say we all got to go. We all got to go. Because I'm not going back. I'm not going to no plantation. My people did not fight to get on plantations for 100 and 200 years later, their descendants to go back to a plantation. That's not what my ancestors fought for. I don't know where you from, but my ancestors didn't fight for that. Oh, we all got to go. If I got to go, I accept that. But we all got to go because y'all got to go with me too. Y'all got to go. The people trying to bring me back got to go with me too. It's over with. America is done at that point. It's just no more America because we tried to do it the right way. Y'all tried to do it this way. It's just done. It's just done. That's how enough of us think. So the whole we going back and that's not going to work with nobody. Ain't nobody fearing that. That's not no serious thing. Oh, we all going at that point. Ain't nobody talking about no chains and no. We not afraid of that. We are not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. Y'all can make all the jokes y'all want to, but we all got to go. We all got to go and let the last man stand. Best man standing. And it might not be y'all. Probably won't be y'all because God's not ever on y'all side. So, okay. But boy, man, they not done. They are not done. Okay. They not done. Okay. At this point, now, brothers, I don't know what y'all going to do. But now they talking about withholding sex. The women talking about withholding sex from the brothers. Look at this.
President, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies.
Okay, this sister right here is saying that she is going to stop having sex in protest of our bodies because Donald Trump is the president. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's listen. Okay. Brothers, we got a problem on our hands, brothers.
As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble.
And women, I think women, hold on, sisters. We're going to have to be adults today. We're going to have to be adults today. Let's be adults. Let's be adults. Let's be adults. Men and women like sex. Then we do this thing where they try to do this thing where it's only men who like sex and women just do it because men like it. We ain't going to tell that lie. We all know better than that by this point. Men and women like sex, okay? And there's always some woman Now, if you look at all of this beauty right here, it's always somebody who look like they ain't getting no sex anyway. It's always the ones that look like they couldn't get no sex regardless, that are trying to tell y'all sisters, the sisters that got the, they in shape and they face is pretty and they got a nice vibe to them, and brothers is trying to holler. It's always the sisters who ain't getting no play, no attention, ain't got no man, ain't getting no sex, trying to tell y'all got to stop having sex. Don't worry. The option ain't there for her. She don't have the option to or not to have sex. That's just her excuse. Okay. So for the next 4 years, she going to say her celibacy is because of Donald Trump. It's not. It's not. Okay. Her celibacy is not for Donald Trump. I don't see no man in men. Let me ask the men. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just picky. Men, if this is the girl of your dreams, if this looked like somebody that you would turn your head, stop traffic for, if she looks like a head turner to you, if she looks like if she was walking across the street, you would run across the street just to get her number. If she looks bad, the girl of your dreams, I want you to put the heart emoji in the chat room. If she looks like somebody you would never talk to in your life, I need the trash can emoji. I just want to know the opinion of the brothers. Because I just don't think it's fair for her to speak on the sisters, okay? Now, the sisters out here, they getting attention. The sisters out here, they getting chose. The sisters out here getting picked. You know, they going on nice dates with good brothers, okay? Yeah, I see some trash can emojis. Okay, you not no head turner, lady. See, in order for you to pull this card, you need to be somebody that brothers will want to talk to anyway. I don't know if it's a mustache or a 5 o'clock shadow, but she is really dark in the mustache area. She's very dark in the mustache area. I can tell by the face, and I know some people like a little pushing for the cushion, but I can tell a gym membership ain't seen her in a while, and it ain't because of the pandemic. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I just don't like when they speak on sisters as if they need. I think women need to. No, baby, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Because there's some fine sisters who don't got no problem, and you trying to speak on their behalf, and I don't think they like that. Now, let me ask the women a question. Women, does she speak for you? If she speaks for you, and what y'all should be doing, put the thumbs up in the chat room. If the foundational Black American sisters, if she does not speak for you, put the thumbs down in the chat room. I see a lot of trash cans. I ain't seen a heart yet. Sisters, if she does not speak for you, put the thumbs down in the chat room. Because I'm not trying to be mean or whatever. Okay, I see the trash cans. I see the thumbs down. Okay. So ain't nobody sitting up there rocking with this message out here. All right. There's hundreds of Black women in this chat room. Ain't none of them got a mustache. All of them can get somebody. Ain't none of them got a mustache. But let's go. Oh my God, look at it. Let's listen to her logic.
The next 4 years. In protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency healthcare, you're fucked and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the Handmaid's Tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit. I'm sorry to the women and minorities who aren't going to get the help that they need in the next 4 years. I'm sorry for the people who are impoverished who are just going to keep dying from starvation and lack of healthcare and lack of governmental support. People are actually praising this guy and it's a freaking joke. Look at the states he won. You won't catch me there. You'll catch me in New York City. And I'm sorry to all the women who are going to suffer in these bumpkin-ass, small-ass little towns because of this. Reason why I'm a New Yorker and always will be. Fuck Florida.
Oh boy. Okay. That it don't stop there, y'all. They say a lot of women ain't rocking with that message. They say, "Don't speak for me. I don't have a mustache. Don't speak for me." Yeah, okay. But you know, it really does get. I mean, the K Hive is just crashing out. The K Hive is just crashing out. You gotta. I mean, they crashing out in the worst ways. Look at this.
I'm going to get drunk today, and I'm gonna act like an angry black fucking woman, cause I'm fucking angry. I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm angry as fuck, bro. I'm angry. I'm hurt. My feelings are fucking hurt. We always finish.
Y'all, what does she have on her face? I've seen mouth piercings. Does she have 5 mouth piercings? I've never seen that. Does she have 5? She has 5 mouth piercings. Why does her mouth? She can trace it in like. Does she play like connect the dots with her mouth? Does she play connect the dots with her mouth piercings? Okay.
Last, we always come fucking last to everybody, even our own fucking men. And you niggas mamas be black. This shit is crazy. Y'all got black ass daughters. I'm angry as fuck. I'm gonna get drunk and cause a problem. I'm going to get drunk today. And
she says she gonna get drunk and cause a problem. She got 5 mouth piercings. She got 2 cheek piercings, and she got piercings in her tongue, and I think on both sides of her nose and in her ears. Does she just not? She feel like her body don't have enough holes? What? Why? She got more holes than, I mean, why does she need all these piercings? She will never be able to walk through a metal detector. She would have to take all the, come on, why does she's magnetic at this point. Why does she need that? Okay. She could stick a refrigerator magnet to her face with all that metal in it. She sent up there, she said she gonna get drunk and cause a problem. But if you guys thought that if that was as worse as it got, it doesn't. Let me tell you something else. Look at this. It gets even worse. If y'all thought that it got only that bad, it gets worse. This is the worst one. This is by far the worst one, really.
Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope he mass deports you and your entire family. Whether you were here legally or not, you gotta go. I hope he does that. To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all, the police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where the fuck you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMes. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what the fuck it is. But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done with. We're done. We did our due diligence.
She told the black men, if we get deleted by the police to just die, and black women will not be there for them. There will not be no protest in the street or any. Oh, and then she goes in. She don't just stop there. She goes in.
For this century and the next, we've done enough. We're not doing anymore. To you white women that once again voted against your fucking interests, when your husbands start knocking you into the middle of fucking next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you get fucking hit. Take it. Don't look for nobody else. Don't ask for fucking help. Take your beatings. For all of y'all that voted for Trump, I hope you get exactly what you voted for. Because the only thing he did was make America great for the people that it was great for from the fucking beginning. White men. That's what he did. He couldn't run the risk of whiteness no longer being the default, not being allowed to fail up. So when you're bleeding out somewhere and there's a medical emergency and you can't get no fucking help, women who voted for him, don't take it. You just gotta die. If you got kids, they just gonna be motherless. It is what the fuck it is. You didn't give a fuck, so we don't give a fuck. That's how it is. This isn't America anymore. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's not gonna be America. And if you think that Trump is going to be in that office for 4 years, you're fucking insane. Because we about to be in a real live action episode of fucking Scandal. Because your next president is not Donald Trump, it's J.D. Vance. Because trust and believe, within a year, you're not going to see Trump anymore. He's either going to be, and they're going to say it's illness or he died in his sleep, it's natural causes because he's fucking old enough. Or they just going to let him spaz out and do the 25th. And that's when we really going to be in the Handmaid's Tale. So I really hope all of you who voted for him, you get exactly what the fuck you deserve.
Y'all hear that? Now, this is coming from the party that's talking about love and hate. This is coming from the party that's talking about unity. This is coming from the party that's talking about how Donald Trump and his party and his supporters and people who, not just his party and supporters, people who don't support Kamala are hateful and angry. And that's the only thing you've seen from her party. Hate, anger. You've seen a bunch of crying. You see people, they crying. Tears of pain. They upset. They don't know what to do. They send up, they are literally triggered, as if we have not had one of the most horrific 4 years under the Democratic Party. They crying that the Democrats don't keep their party. They literally crying that the Democrats don't keep their party. I'm going to say something else. As a black person, your loyalty should first and foremost be to the black community. If your loyalty is to anything else, then if your loyalty is to the party, it's wrong. I've been disappointed in black people before. There's actions and behaviors that black people have displayed, things that they've done, and I was disappointed in 2020 when a whole bunch of black people turned out talking about pearls and ski and all that stuff. I was disappointed. There's a lot of black people I am disappointed in. There's not a single black person. There's not black people enough for me to say I don't care when they get shot by the police anymore. I'm done. If you get shot and your family can't pay for a funeral, I'm not going to help you because I'm mad that you guys didn't vote for a Democrat. Does that show that you really care about black people, or does that show you just really care about the party? Is this love you guys claim you have for black people? Is it love you really have for black people? Or is it just love you have for the Democratic Party that you disguise as love for black people? Because if you love black people truly in your soul before the party, whether you love the party for whatever reason, but if you love black people first and foremost before any political party, then that means that you can be upset that your party did not win, but that should not decrease the love and care that you have for your community. But it wouldn't be that case because you clearly love the party more than you love black people, because only somebody who loves the Democratic Party more than they love any black person at all could say such a thing. Who could say a thing in a video and then look at the video and post that video to the internet. Only a black person who actually honestly hates black people could say that. You literally have to have hatred of black people in order to muster up the thought and then to say it out loud and then to post that on the internet. You have to hate black people in order to say that. That's literally honestly the case. And you can't convince me differently. You have to, okay? If you love black people, that would never come out of your mouth. That would never, ever, you would never even, not only would it never come out of your mouth, you would never think to say anything like that. It wouldn't come close. Now, before we continue, we got a lot of super chats I definitely want to get to. We're going to get to our brother Hurricane, our good brother Hurricane sends a super chat, says, this, all caps, this is the power of FBA and B1. The Democrats must lose for the next 240 plus years. The shaming language backfired. It did. Kamala, you and your shields are fired. They are. Salute to the family. Salute to you, brother. And then another one from Antithesis says, the Democrats created their party across the board fuck the curse word effing with FBA. Yeah, they did. Catered they catered their party across the board. Yeah, okay, they did, and they messed up. Now we're gonna get to a hurricane again. It says done hearing that laugh though. I'm done hearing that laugh too. I'm done. We're done with that. Can we get 800 likes? Can we get 800 likes? I think we can. Shout out to Antithesis again. And then we got Timothy. He says Kamala. Kamala made Indian again. Yeah, she is. Oh, she's gonna go back to being Indian and cooking on the floor and the pots and stuff like that, like how they do in India. Iron Will says these are the people who are calling us uninformed. By the way, the same people who are saying they're leaving the United States of America to go to Hawaii are the same ones saying that we don't know and we're politically uninformed. Those are the same ones. Curly Girl says this is why black media is truly needed for our people, for black knowledge. Thank you very much. And it is. It definitely is. I mean, there are folks out here literally crying, real tears, just being crybabies. Now, speaking of crybabies, let's get to Van Jones.
People who are not a part of anybody's elite who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy.
Well, no, they were not. And they keep trying to do the whole thing of black women across the board are disappointed, and that's not the case. Black women are across the board are not disappointed. I've been showing you guys several videos of black women saying that they don't like her. They don't like Obama. They don't like Michelle, and they don't like the Democratic Party. I've been doing that for months. So the whole black women across the board are disappointed. No, clearly not. Black women didn't turn out that well. Otherwise, she would have won. So the whole black women traded a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. Oh my God, this sassy dude. Oh Lord.
And once again, they're facing rejection, and that hurts. And
they say, oh, one of their own will be accepted. She's not one of their own. She's not. She's an Indian.
They're facing rejection, and that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit, maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do. And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight.
Okay. He says it's going to be harder than it's ever been for black women to hold their heads up. They thought that they could breathe for the first time. So because Kamala Harris won the office, you guys could breathe for the first time. Now, she lost the primary, didn't get close at all the first time, and that was fine. But now that she's at the top of the Democratic ticket and the Democrats were relying on her to pull this victory off and she doesn't win, now black women can't breathe at all. And for the first time ever, black women had a little bit of hope, and it's gone now. Okay. All right, whatever.
If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child.
What's a trans kid?
Face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't.
What does that mean? If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power. What does that mean?
Feel good. There are going to be people tomorrow. We're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight.
They don't need to be. Listen, let me tell you something. People who don't, he's talking about immigrants, undocumented immigrants. If they don't have papers, they don't need to be being no damn dentists. They cleaning your teeth. They're in your teeth. They're cleaning your teeth. And they don't have they're not supposed to be in the country. If somebody's not supposed to be in the country, Essa, why do I think that they should be in a dentist's office? If they shouldn't be in the country, if they don't have the paperwork to be in the country, what makes you think they have the paperwork to be cleaning somebody's mouth in a dentist's office? There's going to be people who are cleaning your teeth that are scared. They need to go. I don't need no dentists that don't got paperwork. What the hell is this? Yeah, that's a good thing. All of that stuff, and they're not the only ones. Van is always, he's crying for other people. Van is known for doing that. These people he speaks of, well, besides the K-Hive who's crashing out, these people he speaks of ain't even crying like that.
Oh, good. There are going to be people tomorrow. We're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
Yeah, but Van, how do we know that those people didn't vote? A large portion of those people aren't part of the people that elected Donald Trump. Well, right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. And the black women, the party, the Democratic Party, let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.
Yep. It was the Democratic Party. Let's not do that. Black women, y'all fail black women. But he wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one. I got to get you. Hold on, because I got to share the screen to a different tab now. Let me see. I'm sure. Is it on this tab? Oh, it is on this tab. But look at this. This goes Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton out here making a fool of himself.
Just say really quickly, too. Democrats need to be.
Oh, what was that? Hold on. What's going on? Hold on. Hold on. What's going on?
Sure. And they need to be honest.
Okay, hold on for 1 second, y'all. I don't know.
They need to say, yes, there's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men. Mm-hmm. It's misogyny from Hispanic men. Right. It's misogyny from black men, things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know, the Democratic Party, I've always found when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups and say, oh, white people don't like women and black people. No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before. A lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of
with other Hispanics. You got some that don't like each other. And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on this Get Out the Vote tour came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic. And
So here comes Al Sharpton talking about some of the most misogynist things he's heard comes from black men. Black men were the most misogynist black men. He says some of the most misogynist things. Now, the least misogynist community is the black community. That is by far 100% the least misogynist community. And here goes Al Sharpton selling us under the bus. Now, Hispanic, if he was Hispanic, Hispanic men don't talk about Hispanic men like that. Hispanic men are not going to say the most misogynist community is Hispanic men. White men don't say the most misogynist community is white men. We are the only people who have literal sellouts in the community who will say we do a bad thing, the absolute worse than everybody else. We the only people who will literally have a problem that we do the least and say we do that the most, and put everybody else who do it more than we do under us and say we are the ones who do it more than everybody else. We the only one who have sellouts like that, like Al Sharpton. And the data doesn't even verify that or back that up.
You got to have real honest conversations about it.
Real honest conversation.
Okay, we got to have real honest conversations. So they out here just sad. They just sad. You know who else is sad? Roland Martin. Roland Martin's out here sad. Roland Martin is very sad right now. Oh, Roland Martin he's just heartbroken. Don't know what to do. Roland Martin, he said, remember, now I showed you the picture. Roland Martin, he was talking about Janet Jackson was stupid. Janet Jackson was a dumbass. Janet Jackson was a jackass. Janet Jackson needs to shut up. Janet Jackson this, Janet Jackson that. Oh, this is what you get, Roland. This is what you get. This is us standing up and defending Janet Jackson. Okay, this is us avenging the legacy of our sister Janet Jackson. Look at him.
When you look at states like New York, New Jersey.
Oh, look at his face. Look at his face. Oh, my God.
When you look at states like New York, New Jersey, Harris barely wins those states. Lower margins than when Biden did.
He said barely wins those states. Remember what I told you earlier. She didn't even get her states very firm. Her states that she won, she didn't even win by a large margin. The states that normally go for her every time, she didn't win those by a large margin. She really didn't. She did not.
When you look at the numbers, look at what the country decided. Countries decided, we don't mind if you lead an insurrection. We're good. We don't mind if you steal classified documents and lie about it and don't return them. We're good. We don't mind if you cheat with your company. We're good.
What does that have to do with foundational Black Americans? What does any of what he just said have to do with foundational Black Americans? Foundational Black Americans were not at the Capitol. Y'all didn't want to lock the people up who did it. Y'all didn't want to throw no RICO charge on those who did it. Now the FBI is throwing RICO charges on Black rappers, but y'all don't want to throw a RICO charge on the people who actually did an insurrection. So we ain't trying to hear y'all say that. Because if the FBI can throw RICO charges on Black rappers, okay, then the FBI can throw a RICO charge, easily have thrown a RICO charge on the people who did that insurrection. Y'all didn't do that to the people who did that insurrection, so clearly y'all don't care about it that much. It wasn't a big deal to you all. So don't try to be all like, he tried. No. Because if it was a big deal, you would have locked him up. You didn't, so y'all don't care about it. He stole classified documents. I mean, so who cares? I'm almost sure they all do that, but okay. What does that have to do with me? That's what I want to know. I'm very selfish. What does that have to do with us? What does that have to do with me and my community? You taking documents you wasn't supposed to have? Didn't they allege Biden took documents he wasn't supposed to have too? Didn't they allege that? Okay. And then talk about you lied about your business. Okay.
We're good. We don't mind if you cheat with your company. We're good.
What does that have to do with us? You cheat with your company? Man, okay. Come on. You could have come up with better reasons for us to dislike him than that.
Because you're going to bring back the good old days. It's going to be fabulous.
I got to do it so you can see his facial expression. Somebody said Jabba the Hutt, you petty, but it's true.
The fact of the matter is Trump inherits an economy fixed by Democrats. And he's going to immediately claim credit for all of it. He's going to say, oh, it came back all because I'm coming back. But do understand, you better pay attention when he lets Elon Musk run amok in the federal government.
What is Elon Musk going to do in the federal government? Oh, Lord, look at that face. Oh, my God, I didn't even mean to pause it right there. when he lets Elon Musk run what is Elon Musk gonna do? He think this is really gonna be the beginning of iRobot. This is gonna be some type of evil robot. What is Elon Musk gonna do in a federal government? Is Elon Musk like going into politics now?
You better be scared to death when he literally lets Robert F. Kennedy be in control of science.
And all of this, and this is how you know this is non-FBA. This is how you know this is non-FBA. All of this, we scared, and you better be scared and scared and scared. We not scared. He was president before. We lived. We gonna live past his presidency. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It's crazy trying to scare former slaves. It's crazy trying to scare us. Our ancestors built the country under slavery, and you talking about we should be scared of what? Of Robert F. Kennedy.
Science and health. Oh, you better bring back the mask and everything else, because it's about to be a lot more people who ain't vaccinated. And when polio comes back, and some of these other diseases that we conquered a long time ago come back, because you got a crazed, deranged,
Where would polio come back from? See, this is strategically speaking. This is not how you want it. This is not the send-off you really want. You want to congratulate Trump or whatever. You want to be like that. You want to voice your disappointment or something. But you saying when polio comes back, where how would that happen? That polio and other diseases that we've dealt with decades ago, when they just come back, where would it come from? If anything, y'all the ones with the open borders allowing all of these foreign diseases. When we start having closed borders, we're going to have less diseases in this country. When polio comes back, what is he talking about? Listen again. He said, when polio comes back, what?
vaccinated. And when polio comes back, and some of these other diseases that we conquered a long time ago come back, because you got a crazed, deranged, anti-vaccine person in charge, well, there you go.
Oh, they scared. And see, this is the logic. If these people were a little bit less emotional, if these people were more logical, if these people actually made better talking points, if they had taken my advice, the advice I gave to Luke, if I said, you guys, first off, she wouldn't have won because she didn't even win the popular vote. There hasn't been a Republican that's won a popular vote in the last 20 years. There's been Republican presidents that didn't win the popular vote. All right. So the fact that he won the electoral vote and the popular vote, that shows that most of the country does not rock with Kamala, okay? They didn't. So the thing is that you guys need to go back to the drawing board, and you guys need to say, we failed our constituency, our base, the black constituency. This is what they needed to do. They needed to go back to the drawing board and say, you know what? We failed. We denied you guys the reparations. We said no. We messed up. We fumbled the bag. We gave this to the Asians. We gave this to Hispanics. We gave this to illegals. We gave that to Ukraine. We gave nothing to you all. We did nothing for you guys. And we messed up, and we took you all for granted, and you guys let us crash and burn, and this is what happened. So now we need to come back to the table, hat in hand, and we need to say we are sorry. Y'all need to come back and start kissing rings. That's what y'all need to be doing. Instead of crying and drinking and smoking and crashing out, y'all need to be coming back, and y'all need to be y'all need to be like, do you need your shoe polished, sir? Do you need your ring kissed, sir? Or ma'am, or whatever. Y'all need to be coming back and doing all of that. Y'all need to be bending knees is what y'all need to be doing, and saying, how can we regain trust with you guys? Because your base clearly has not connected with you guys. I showed you the clip earlier. North Carolina, they was flipping out about the black turnout. Georgia, they was flipping out about the black turnout. All of them were flipping out about the black turnout. I proved that to you all this evening. If you guys are watching a little bit later on, you guys got to go back towards the beginning. So that's proof that the black turnout was low. It wasn't about the percentage. It was about the amount. The amount was low. It wasn't enough for her to win. So what you guys need to do is, how do we raise higher black turnout? All of this making greens in the bathtub stuff that y'all doing wasn't going to work. All of this, I was raised in a middle-class family, wasn't going to work. All of this, I smoked weed while I was listening to Tupac in college, even though Tupac was only like 9 years old. That wasn't going to work. All of that stuff, that pandering, that lying was not going to work. All of this finger-wagging Obama was doing wasn't going to work. All of this, y'all don't like the cuteness caramel and the chocolate and then the vanilla vitality. All of that wasn't going to work. All of this cussing Janet Jackson out, calling her a jackass, saying she can't sing and she needs to shut up and sing and she needs to stop being stupid. All of that stuff wasn't going to work. All the applies is high pitch talking like this. None of that was going to work. So what you guys need to do is stop being so emotional and butthurt. And then y'all need to come back. And if we got to whoop y'all up a couple more times, I'm prepared to do that. Because right now, y'all kind of showing me y'all really ain't learned your lesson yet. You really ain't learned your lesson yet. So if we got to whoop y'all a couple more times, I'm game. I'm game. If we got to really submit the fact that you guys ain't getting nowhere without our say-so, I'm cool. Sometimes you got to smack, metaphorically speaking, the competition. You got to whoop them a couple times for them to really get the point. And I'm going to tell you why this is very important, why we got to do this. Because what they're trying to do now is they're trying to say black turnout was good. Black turnout was fine. There was no problem with black turnout. It was everybody else. It was the working class. It was Gaza. It was this. No, it was the black turnout. The black turnout was low. It was low because you guys denied our reparations. It was low because you guys denied our hate crime bill. It was low because when we told you guys to get rid of the illegal immigrants, you guys didn't do it. That's why the black turnout was low. You guys can't make up for that. I showed you multiple news clips in multiple states that it was low. So don't let them say, oh no, it was fine, it was great, it was wonderful. It wasn't. She wouldn't have lost all of the swing states. Look at this. Look at this. Does this not look like the black turnout was pathetic? Despite what people say, because there's a lot of people who can go in and claim that they voted for her, but the black turnout was low. Otherwise, this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. Obama won all the swing states in 2008. He lost North Carolina in 2012. So you mean Obama, Biden, they won, okay, because they got high black turnout, but Harris didn't come close, and she had equal black turnout? No. Even Roland Martin, here's the thing. Roland Martin just admitted that in the blue states, the turnout was low. Not just in the swing states, even in New York. Remember, he just said it. Let's play it back again, because we got to really submit this. We have to stamp our victory in history. So let's play it again. Hold on.
When you look at states like New York, New Jersey, Harris barely wins those states.
New York and New Jersey, Harris barely wins those states. Hold on, let's let him finish.
Lower margins than when Biden did.
Lower margins than when Biden did. That's showing you it's a problem with the party. That is a problem with the party. Now, y'all can deny it, and y'all can try to save face. I'm here to do my job and not let you guys put the victory or the defeat on something else. Oh, you're not going to take my win. When I said I wanted to be blamed, I remember telling y'all that. I said I wanted to be blamed. I want to be blamed. I want y'all to say it was me. I want y'all to say I did it. I did it. I did it, and I'm proud of doing it. I want to holler that I am proud of doing it. I did it. You guys lost. And it's not because we like Trump. It's not because we voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump. It's not because of that. It is because we let you guys fall. We let you guys drown. We let you guys fail. We let you guys crash and burn. That is the reason. We didn't vote for Trump or save Trump or love Trump. We let you guys fail. That's the difference. It's a difference. We didn't win. Trump didn't win. The couch won. She didn't win. Trump didn't win. The couch won. The couch is what won. And we told you guys about it. And you guys don't want to listen to it? Fine. Y'all don't have to. You really don't. We can do this again in 2026. We can do this again in 2028. We can do this again in 2030. We can do this again in 2032. We can just keep doing. Well, I'm cool. I'm game. Y'all, it's gonna take a lot of whoopings for y'all to really get it, but that's fine by me. Oh, that's fine by me. If that's fine by y'all, if y'all ready to battle this thing out until we actually get our reparations, put the black fist emoji in the chat room. Because I'm really ready to battle this thing out until we get the reparations. Because y'all gonna learn. And that means we're gonna have to adjust our approach, and we're gonna have to force it, because we got pressure over the Republicans. Don't think the Republicans are just because they don't like us and they open about it mean that we can't put that pressure on them too. Oh, we can put some pressure on the Republicans too. Don't get nothing twisted. Don't get nothing twisted. We got the spirit of Nat Turner in our veins. We got the spirit of Harriet Tubman in our veins. We got the spirit of the Maroons in our veins flowing through our blood. We gonna put pressure on everybody. Okay? So just y'all, or while y'all getting y'all act together, we gonna put some weight on them, and they gonna get their act together. But everybody's about to get things straight. All of this, we voting for lesser of two evils, that's done with. Y'all know that now. Y'all better get it together. Y'all got a little bit of time. Y'all better get it together, because y'all was trying to lie and say, no, y'all cool. We ain't cool. You can't fool me. You can't fool black women. Black men and black women said, we ain't cool. Y'all got to do something. Y'all didn't. Okay, fine. Okay. And you lost, and you gonna lose again, even worse, if you don't get it together. Mark my words. The Democratic Party will never see the presidency again if they don't do right. And I'm fine with that. And the Republicans, the way the Republicans is running, okay. Now Trump, you got in, okay. You can do some stuff. The Republicans, y'all got a lot of power right now. Y'all got the House, y'all got the Senate, y'all got the presidency. Y'all can do something now, because the Republicans, y'all can get out here too. Y'all can move too. We might have to break away from the whole system. We might put a green person in there. We might put an independent person in there. It's possible. If they get it together. Actually, the Green Party right now and the Independents, they not together. But if we was in there, we would get it together. If Foundation Black Americans really wanted an independent, we can make it happen. We can make an independent president happen. I firmly believe that. It might take a couple tries, but we could have an independent president who's independent from both parties. We really could do that. I believe that. But we got to find a candidate and get it together. But we got time. Y'all the ones running out of time. We got time. So next time, just come better. Do right. But now you on timeout. Now you and Biden and Harris got to pack their bags, because y'all gonna be out in a few months. It's over with, y'all. Man, there was so much stuff. It's just been loaded. It's just been loaded with a bunch of different stuff. It's over with. But the battle between Harris and Trump is officially over. It's officially done. It's over with. It's done. It ain't never coming back. It ain't never doing nothing good. No. It's officially over. It's officially done. Shout out to the Cash App. We got some cash. I want to give a shout out to the Cash Apps. You know, shout out to Rogy. Shout out to ROYG. Shout out to ROYG, and then Golden Mask. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's done, and we can get an independent in there. But Democrats, y'all was playing. Y'all took us for granted. Okay, fine. I said fine. Y'all lost. This is terrible. This is one of the biggest comebacks in political history. This is one of, and y'all can cry all y'all want to, and I'm gonna give y'all this advice. They're not gonna take it, but I'm gonna give you this advice. Next time, y'all need to stop doing the whole black and brown. Y'all need to just talk about our lineage. Y'all need to cut some deals. Y'all need to show the good faith. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. With Biden, with Trump in office, or he's going to be in office, with the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court being red, what do you think is going to happen with all of these governors, these blue governors, these blue mayors? What do you think is going to happen with J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois? What do you think is going to happen with Brandon Johnson, the governor of Chicago, the mayor of Chicago? What do you think is going to happen with Eric Adams? Now, Eric Adams already he's not looking good for him right now anyway. What's going to happen with Kathy Hochul? What's going to happen with Gavin Newsom? Yeah, what's going to happen with all of y'all? Y'all don't get no support anywhere. Y'all party is jumped ship. Now, we was trying to tell them they could do right before the party started to sink, because we was trying to warn them. It's like that person who sees the iceberg in the Titanic and says, hey, we need to start getting off the ship. And the people like, no, we're not going to hit that iceberg. And you hit the iceberg. Now the ship is going down. Ship is going down. You didn't want to believe that. We were telling you you're about to crash and the ship is about to sink. You didn't want to believe that. Now the ship has crashed and it's sinking to the bottom now. Now you stuck on the ship. Okay. Now, with this sets the precedent that all y'all Democrats, y'all time is numbered now. Not only is Biden and Harris, but the entire Democratic Party, from the state, the federal, the state, and the local level, is biting their fingernails off. Yep, Brandon Johnson biting his fingernails off. Gavin Newsom biting his fingernails off. They all biting their fingernails off right now. It's over with. Family, I've been on here a little bit long. I got some things they get to handle. Oh, I can't leave. Hold on. I cannot believe I almost forgot about this. So check this out, my good brothers and my good sisters. Check this out. Hold on. Where is it? So we was out, and if you guys don't know, if you guys caught my live stream from the other day, I was in Washington, D.C. just yesterday, really. I came back just yesterday in Washington, D.C., and we were out there. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, come on. Hold on. Where is it? I want to show you. Me and our sister, our good sister, Zizi, were out there filming another episode. We got more For the Culture content coming for you guys. Let me show you guys the picture. And it's going to be coming for you guys this weekend. Tomorrow. Everything's setting up. Everything's ready to go tomorrow. Hold on. I want to put this picture up just so I can show you guys. We got more advertisement coming up. So, yep, For the Culture, we are back. We coming to you guys in DC. This was the last day. We didn't know who was going to win, but we discussed all of the issues as far as black men, as far as black women, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, all of that. Me and Zizi was being thorough, breaking it down, standing for foundational black American business, standing up for the culture. We represent it. It's coming to you guys soon. You guys be looking out. Subscribe to the For the Culture channel because it will be out tomorrow. It will be out tomorrow. For the Culture is coming out tomorrow. I need you guys to make sure. Now, we got our good brother Hurricane already putting that in the chat room. So if you guys have not subscribed, we got a lot of people in here. If you guys have not subscribed, you guys got to go subscribe. And then you guys got to catch up on our last couple of episodes. You guys got to catch up on the last couple of episodes so you know how we vibe, you know how we go, you know how we roll, you know how we rock. You guys got to catch up on all of that. We've got so much great content coming up for you guys, and we got content already on you guys, for you guys in the channel, on the channel. All right. So yeah, that's coming soon, y'all. I just couldn't leave without giving y'all that advertisement. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to ZZ. Shout out to For the Culture. Y'all make sure that you guys go to that. Make sure you subscribe. Y'all stay tuned. The link will be up soon. We're putting the finishing details on it. You know, it got to be flashy. We got to make it flashy. Putting the finishing details on it. Y'all going to love it. It's coming to you guys. It's going to age beautifully. We're going to have this knowledge, and this is going to be the knowledge that we take going into the next election in 2026, in 2028, in 2030. In 2032, this is going to be the energy. This right here, this podcast episode that we're going to come out with is going to set the precedent for the next decade of election and how foundational Black Americans need to handle the Democrats. It was wonderful. And it's in DC. So you had that FBA DC energy in that podcast. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. Now, subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Now, I need you guys also to make sure you guys like. This is very, very, very important. Like this, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and leave a comment. And let it be known the Democrats are done, okay? Let it be known. Hashtag, let me see. Let me put this hashtag there for you guys. Democrats are... Democrats are done. Hashtag the Democrats are done. All right. Make sure you guys follow me on my various social media platforms. That is Afro Elite on Instagram and then the Afro Elite on Twitter. The links to both of those are in the description below. Let me give a shout out again. I think we got some more super chats. But shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Tom Slick. Shout out to Antithesis. Again, shout out to Tom Slick again. Shout out to our beloved Stephanie. Shout out to We Next, aka DSB. Shout out to our good brother Hurricane. Glad to see you back, bro. Shout out to Antithesis, a Hurricane, Young Dave, Iron Will, Curly Girl. I don't think I saw yours. Just Sugar Free Mars says blessings, King Elite. Keep flaming them. Oh yeah, we keeping this pressure up. We keeping it up. Thank you very much. Hurricane says another one. She has to go back to them Indian streets. Oh, she says she was in the streets. She go, Indian streets. Phyllis Foster says, love your energy. Great show. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. And thank you for your support. Okay. Hurricane again says, if he gets the House, he'll have complete majority because he will also have the Supreme Court. Man, threat string. Yeah, that's man, threat strings. Yeah, that's true. Donald Trump is going to have more power than Donald Trump has ever had when he comes back. He's going to have more power than he's ever had. But hey, that we going to live either way. We're going to be straight either way. And it's good because it's about time we clean house from all of this Democrat agenda anyway. We need to we can clean house from all of this stuff. All of this men going in women's bathroom and tampons and boys' bathrooms and immigrants coming over here taking resources from the community. This crazy inflation because y'all giving money to Ukraine. We can be good with that. We good with that. We need to clean house from all of that stuff. We need to clean house from that stuff. So I'm glad. And it's gonna let y'all know y'all better come. Y'all comeback game better be strong or else y'all not getting nothing. Cause y'all in the worst position y'all have been in several years. Y'all comeback game better be strong, and y'all starting it off wrong with all of this blaming black men and hooping and hollering and screaming and stuff. That's not the right move. But okay. If y'all don't learn now, y'all gonna learn soon, or maybe you won't. But we gonna be here for a while just in case. But brothers and sisters, thank you all for watching. B1 to you all. Thank you all for watching. You all have a good one.